Yeah. Like a caped crusader about to do some attacking.
Exactly. I'm not sure if it can be heard actually. I'm never sure at this point.
I don't know.
Be careful.
Yeah, you know with KD the laughing stock, niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic swishy, but we're making noise from the top of the charts. Here the people rejoice. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, indeedy, everybody. Stop being butt munchers and come get squishy with us.
Do me a favour, just check that voice meter again.
Okay, to make sure. Yeah, we've had a lot of tech issues today. We want to make sure
that it's all working for you right now.
Yes, I don't even care that much about the levels. Just seeing that they're there.
Yeah, just we have audio. That's fine.
Yeah, that is enough.
You guys can turn it up.
Okay, there we go. I think we're good.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is Squishy Logic, the show where two comedians sit down and talk about interesting subjects from all around this beautiful ball of utter ridiculousness that we call Earth.
That is true.
I am your comedian babyface and everybody's favourite laughing stock, KD Hinken. What is up? I am sat next to the man with 1,000 voices and he's got a finger up his arse because there's two arseholes so we can loop it round and get a hook on it.
That's true.
Nathan Parish, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
That's a talent, that is.
That is a talent. Yeah. There was a point where you could have literally put a hook through my, like a hoop earring, like through my butthole.
That's every time I thought about a fistula, which is only happened since I met you, and since then been quite a few times.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I imagine.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to do the fish, so I don't see why it's not okay to do to your asshole.
Yeah, well.
Yours specifically.
Yeah, mine. No one else's.
So what? It depends on the person. I'm not here to say that nobody else can.
Okay.
I'm here to say certain people can.
Yeah.
But there needs to be a test to figure out who they are.
And I am one.
You're the Elon Musk of you are to buttholes as Elon Musk is to government spending.
That's true.
You're here to find that stuff.
I'm here to find the gaps and fill them.
You want to find the gaps and fill them gaps.
That's it.
But, oh, you know what? I saw a heartfelt thing about Elon Musk actually.
Yeah.
When people were asking him about Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin about how they're heroes to him, but they think that the stuff he's doing is ridiculous and they think he's like an idiot kind of thing.
Yeah.
And him talking about that, saying about how they're his idols and the fact, they kept asking him like, how does that make you feel? And he was proper like, he couldn't finish answering the question. He was getting that emotional.
Oh.
And it's like, wow, he's got feelings.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
that clone of him does.
I know why they have issues with him.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, again, like no one else is doing what Elon Musk is doing. No one else is pushing us that far.
Exactly.
They have now successfully launched something that can take 200 tons into space at a time.
Yeah, they were just banging.
That is fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
I still haven't seen the actual thing.
Yeah.
I think I've seen the arm. Did you kind of catch it like at an angle?
Oh no, full on. No, it comes down straight and it just goes.
Oh, so as smooth as the other one.
Smooth as you like.
That's exactly what I imagined.
It was
just be like
fucking fantastic to watch, because that's the fucking future. That is, there's an asteroid made of fucking gold out there.
Yeah. I got my name on it, baby.
Yeah, boy.
To be fair, I had a different thought recently about my because you mentioned gold in that.
Yeah.
I used to insult my ex quite a lot, but now I realise she has a heart of gold.
Yeah.
By which I mean it is cold and hard.
Yeah. And very expensive to buy.
But for no real reason.
And then at the end of the day, it just looks a bit flashy.
Yeah, and it wears away in the end.
Yeah.
It's never quite as good as when you first got it.
No.
I took a turn at this.
I mean, it fits. If the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits.
A true Cinderella story.
Oh, a true Cinderella story. That's one we really need to do and we still haven't done. I've always had that in the back, like, idea of an episode to do, a future episode.
What?
the true stories behind like fairy tales. You know, the original messed up versions.
Yeah.
Like Cinderella with what about getting the toes chopped off at one point? I
Edward
remember that.
Scissorhands.
Is that an old fairy tale?
It wasn't actually scissor. I think it was. Was it Scissorhands? There is a German fairy story about a guy with
I see.
sharp fingers. I can't
Might have
remember
been
the
might have been like the inspiration for Edward
exactly
Scissorhands.
that. It wasn't
Yeah.
the same story, but that's where it originally came
I,
from.
I think that's one of those films I've never actually watched all the way through.
Really?
Yeah, because
I think I've watched it through all the way once
yeah.
because everyone talked about it at the time.
But from the sounds of it, then if you're not, you said you think you did, so it's that memorable of a story.
It's a bit the reason why it's so hard to remember is because it all feels a bit like a dream. It feels like legitimately it's the most dreamlike movie I've ever seen in my life because it has entire plot points and things happening that only would happen in someone's fucking weird dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
Like
kind of what makes Tim Burton brilliant is that he can do these dreamlike things. It's like Nightmare on
Tim Burton.
the Christmas one. Nightmare
Cool.
on Christmas?
Nightmare Before
Night
Christmas.
Before Christmas. That one.
No, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. That feels like weirdly dreamlike and stuff as well. He's always been very good at that. When he's trying to do something that's a bit more like sediment, in the real world, it feels a bit
like Batman.
Yeah.
Kind of, which is a
I
weird
don't
way of putting it. But
dislike
it
his
is.
Batman either.
I was a
it's
fan.
good Batman, but
Which ones were his again exactly?
he did the one.
Oh
with
wait, he's the one with the penguin in it.
first Michael Keaton and the Penguin one as well.
So, so Jack Nicholson and then the penguin.
Yeah,
Joker.
yeah,
I remember by the bad guys apparently.
Yeah.
The penguin one's my favourite. I think.
Yeah. I mean, Jack Nicholson's Joker still to this day is a fucking brilliant version of the Joker.
Sure, I guess.
No, right.
I'm not a huge fan.
The reason why I like it is because he gets that the Joker is having fun.
I'll give it that part.
Fucking Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, you can tell his Joker is just relishing every fucking moment because he loves it. So many of the other Jokers that people have done have just felt like they are not having a good time, and that should not be the case. The one person having a good time.
Which ones are you on about?
Right, for example,
because I think there's explanations for them all.
Jared Leto's one.
That to me comes across more as the Jason Todd version of Joker.
It does, but to me,
and we know that had happened at that point in the story.
With the Jason Todd thing, he's still loving it. The key to being the Joker is that the Joker is having a fucking great time at everyone else's expense.
To be fair, it's kind of hard to really criticize Jared Leto's Joker properly because he did so much in that film. Apparently, we saw so little of it.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
And that does feel ridiculous. I would love to see the David Ayer cut of that film.
Well, when I realise how different it can be seeing when you persuaded me to watch Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Fucking crazy.
I didn't expect anything. I was like, it's not going to be any better. It's going to be the same basic film, completely different
movie,
completely different film. So much better.
So much better.
So annoying when you get to the end and you remember, this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't get to watch the rest of this now.
Yeah.
Even though I've just watched this and this was fucking fantastic.
So much better. It's like, how could they not at that point just be like, you know what? Scrap everything.
Yeah,
let's just go from there.
No, but instead what they're doing is they're scrapping all of that again so that they can just go in with the whole new universe under James Gunn.
Forgot about that, yeah.
And it's like, really?
That hasn't really started up yet, has it?
No, it's not. But they finished shooting.
Well, Suicide Squad, that's DC. So that was
James
Gunn, wasn't it? Huh?
James Gunn. The only thing James Gunn is keeping is what was John Cena's character again?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Yeah, he's the only one who he's going to be keeping. Him and the woman playing what's her face?
Harley Quinn.
No,
I suppose she's kind of played out her role really now.
Yeah, the one who was in charge of the Suicide Squad.
Oh, the woman.
Is it something Lawler? Amanda Lawler?
Yeah, the Amanda something.
Is it Amanda Lawler?
The older black woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. She is. I'm glad they're keeping her.
She's staying, so that's good.
So that's good. That's keeping probably the best part of Suicide Squad, not including Harley Quinn, but it's kind of played out.
I could say that would make it good is if they went through like a full arc with the Superman character like 2 or 3 movies,
Are you talking?
and then all of
are
a
you talking
sudden,
Henry Cavill though, or anything?
no, with this the new one that they're doing with the James Gunn guy.
Oh, the
They're
new
all the
is it
way
a new
through.
Superman?
Yes, a whole new Superman.
Oh, I didn't realize.
So yeah, they're going to do a whole new Superman, and so I want to see like 2 or 3 movies with him, and then all of a sudden, excuse me, Henry Cavill's Superman wearing the black suit comes in and just sort of goes, "I'm gonna fuck you up now," and it's like that universe went horribly wrong, and now it's trying to
Yeah.
invade this one.
Do you kind of think
That's
the only
the
problem is
only
that's
way I'd
kind of
be
already
okay with
happened though?
Yeah,
The whole black suit thing has kind of already happened.
exactly. It's like I know, even that's disappointing, but I just
Yeah.
I miss Henry Cavill as Superman
I
because Henry Cavill
yeah.
was a
Great.
fucking amazing Superman.
The only Superman film I've ever liked, the first one I ever liked was Man of Steel.
It was so good.
First one I've ever liked,
rewatched-
and apparently it was the least Superman film ever. I
Yeah.
keep hearing from fans.
Yeah.
So like, what? Okay,
The thing is, once you've watched the Justice League cut as well, and you
Mm.
go back and rewatch that movie, you see the arc that Zack Snyder had in his head for Superman. And
Yeah.
once you understand that arc, Man of Steel becomes just such a better movie.
yeah, yeah.
Because it makes so much more sense for where he was going with the character.
And I like the idea of people complaining about Superman killing Zod. Like Superman kills all the time.
Yeah.
Superman has a fart and he'll kill someone. What do you think happens when he goes and blasts those terrorists?
Yeah, it's like that Family Guy joke where they're like, "Oh, what's happened? Oh, we've all been what was it? We've all been diagnosed with severe mastectomy. You know, like what is it? What's the thing? Cancer in the tits."
Oh,
And then and he goes, "My God, first you and now every other woman I've met." Because Superman's just been X-raying their tits.
I see. He has so many powers to just forget about, man.
Yeah.
Terrorism surely just shouldn't exist in that universe,
You'd think-
with the exception of supervillains like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
But like general terrorism that we look at now shouldn't exist.
No.
Because, I mean, imagine all the stuff now. Like you got Russia back in Syria now.
Yeah.
Superman would just be like, pow,
Yeah.
wiped out.
This is no longer an issue.
What-
Nuclear weapons, not even a big
Nah.
deal. Someone can fire a nuke off and he can just literally pick it up and throw it.
They would literally have everything ready. Like they'd have all the nukes ready to go, and then someone would just see something in the sky, like a little glint. It wasn't even him,
Yeah.
and then they'd just have a sudden feeling of foreboding,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" But would I listen to the
Yeah.
Prang? I don't know.
I'm going to get the fuck out of here because I think Superman's coming.
I don't know. Would I listen to the Prang?
I
Who
would.
knows? But we are going to listen to the Prang today because this is all about premonitions. You almost stepped on my fucking segue, then, you dickhole. Shh, Superman's gone. He's done. Over. Hopefully, in that universe,
Yeah.
to be honest, because I'm really bored of him. Unless they make it really interesting. I don't know how they would.
That's how they're starting it off again. Is with fucking Superman.
Yeah. I don't want to see anyone fucking Superman.
No, but it's
Wonder Woman would be the only one that could really
they're
give him a
like,
good
oh, yeah,
go.
well, you know what people really want right now? They want a Superman origin story.
Oh yeah, sure. That's what they want. Like another Spider-Man origin story
Legit,
too.
that's
Why
what
not?
they're doing.
What?
They are doing another Superman origin story.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean,
We want to see that movie again. The movie that we've seen 5 fucking times.
you may have. I haven't. I fucking haven't.
Well, not just in movies, but if you count all like the spin-offs and the animated shit, it's like we've seen this. We've all seen this now. We know he grows up in a small town where he goes and becomes Superman and learns that he's actually from a different. Fuck
Yeah, I haven't got a good feeling about it.
No. Anyway, sorry.
I'm going to listen to that Prang as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So today we are doing premonitions because, as I said earlier, and nobody heard because the microphone was off.
Yes.
I watched a true crime documentary the other day, Into the Fire on Netflix. Very good, produced by Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
About a woman and basically
yeah.
a woman trying to figure out her kid that she gave up basically gone missing, and it turned out that the whole time she was like, it's the dad that adopted her, and she's in the back garden in the new house, even though it didn't make any logical sense, and all the people were like around her that were helping investigate were like, okay, yeah, we'll just go along with that.
Yeah.
Turns out years later she was bang on. It was exactly where she said. She had this idea the whole time. Nobody could explain it, but she unless she secretly did it somehow,
Right.
but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Makes even less sense than the fact that she had this weird premonition that
Yeah.
turned out to be bang on true. Like it was crazy. Like, and you see it in real time as well during the documentary because it starts, and it carries on throughout the time. So it's not like they just make this up later on, like
Yeah.
revisionist history. It's
They've
not.
actually got moments of like
You see it all in
recording it.
real time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, and that happens like
More often than people like to admit.
we might have heard this earlier, but I think I've already deleted it. But explain your idea
yeah.
of because I like this concept that you said.
Let's
Like
talk
I've
about where I
done it
started
myself.
with that thing as well, because like they found at one point, I can't remember where I heard it, but I heard it from a friend who was a pretty reliable source on scientific shit, and he basically said
Pornhub.
that at one point they were asking a bunch of people with Alzheimer's
Oh yeah.
what, certain questions like, where did you grow up, all these different kinds of things, and they started looking back at it afterwards, and they're, oh, that's interesting. Look. They're actually answering some of these things out of order. So we asked them this question, but they answered it later on over here. Look. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's interesting. Why did they answer that one before we asked it? It's like they literally looked at it and said, there's an answer to a question there that looks like an answer to something that we didn't ask until like 2 minutes after we got the answer.
Oh. Fuck are they all gone?
Oh, I got one in my pocket.
Man, game. This is still an override. Light is going everywhere. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying?
So yeah, that's the thing. Is like they were finding that these people seem to be answering things before they were asked. So that means that one of two things is happening. Either they're incredibly lucky, or they're interpreting time in a different way. Because the most scientific way of looking at it is that time isn't actually one linear line like we interpret it.
Well, yeah, it's the best idea we have theoretically, but it kind of just fits, doesn't it? Like
it's just how we experience it because we have to.
No, sorry, I meant the theoretical idea that it's not that though.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason why is because space-time itself is malleable. We know this for a fact. Once you reach the speed of light, time stops.
It's like that.
So for a beam of light, it is everywhere it's ever going to be all at once.
Yeah. It's already there.
Yeah.
Like, the future is already as determined as the past, even though it's not in a sense because we are still experiencing the future and we have free will and all that.
Yeah.
It's still already happened.
Yes.
Just like everything else has already happened.
This is the idea. Yeah,
it's already going to happen.
That's why you can theoretically go back through space-time, but if you could, and it looks like you should be able to, then why don't you see people like time travelers and stuff changing shit all the time? The fact is, you would not know because
it's already there.
It's already done. You've already gone back in time. You've already tried to kill Hitler. You died. Or you got distracted by some German MILF.
yeah, it just never happened.
It just didn't happen.
Or maybe because, I think as well, like going for a different tangent for a second, I think that time travel, obviously that's, the idea is completely possible.
Yeah.
I think to go back in time, it would kind of work like a telephone. Like you need to have that first one, like, and then that's the point where someone could go back to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like until you create that first one, you can never go back in time because there's nowhere to jump out to.
Yeah, that's another way of doing it. The other thing is as well, like
it still goes with the same idea that it's still one linear thing.
Yeah,
though.
but if you go back in time to stop something, and you succeed, then you no longer have a reason to go back in time to stop it in the first place in the future.
Or you always you would never, didn't.
Yeah, so like, you can't. It's a paradox. It's not possible.
It's just that's the thing. It's just not possible. Yeah. If it was, it would have already happened. So obviously, you fail trying to do it.
Exactly. That's why it makes most sense to look at it that way. But that doesn't mean that space and time is linear by any stretch of the imagination. It's just how we interpret it. Because if you go above our dimension and look at it from a different dimension, a dimension above ours, suddenly time looks like a surface, like a sheet, a material you can move.
Yeah.
And you can get around it, and you can go and dive into another part of it and stuff like that. A really good depiction of it is in Interstellar.
Yeah, that's the film I'm thinking about.
Because they go into the black hole, and they meet themselves from the future. Essentially, that's the whole thing. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but they never actually meet the things because they're beyond. Yeah, but the thing is, they're supposed to be humans from the future, helping him solve the humans now, so they can become the humans of the future. Yeah, sort of that as well. Yeah, yeah, and so they're no longer able to show us the way they interpret the world, but they change it to a way for him to interpret the world, of just like a what do you call it? Oh, carousel? No, it's not carousel. Carousel. Thank you. Yeah, like a carousel of moving fucking time frames that you can just scroll between. Yeah. And that's basically what it would look like. It's no longer a sort of a direct time. It's a thing where you can slide about it and look about it in different directions because you're outside of that dimension, you know? And like, that means that leaves this kind of shit open. Can you potentially, like we were talking about, have just a flick somewhere, like even if it's just scientifically and we don't know yet, it's like a quantum like effect, and if your brain just happens to be in the right place at the right time and it catches that quantum effect, suddenly you know what's going to happen. You may not 100% know what's going to happen, you may just have a feeling of something, or you might have an image of something, you know.
But okay. Cool, came back though. Cool.
Right.
I don't know why I did that, but
let's keep an eye.
It's because the fucking cat came near. That's what.
Yeah, the cat.
It wasn't for long because I was keeping an eye on it. So
yeah.
But I think it might be a bit louder than you, or
that's all right. We're fine.
Yeah, it's good.
We're
fine. Yeah. So the idea of, like you said, then the idea of it being like this one thing that's already decided creates the idea that people always talk about this idea that they have a feeling before something happens.
Yes.
And if time is already decided and all that, it makes sense that like you could kind of the idea that you could maybe be like say getting a glimpse into the future for a sec, like through a dream, which is a lot of the time how it happens, or just a feeling,
or maybe in just the same way that
feeling.
The same way that an Alzheimer patient answers a question out of turn.
Yeah,
you know, because like to them, like it's not even going to seem like a premonition. Probably it's just going to seem like reality.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's, you know? Just
because they don't have any other context.
Well, I mean, it makes kind of sense. Like if you look at it, like I do think that there is something to the human idea of like there's more that we can do with our brain, like psychic. The idea of being some kind of psychic, I'm open to, but I think most people that go around saying they're psychic are bullshitters.
Yeah, totally.
Or just think they are, but
most
just
of them
aren't.
are either cold readers or hot readers.
What?
So you know how the difference between cold reading and hot reading in a psychic thing?
No.
Hot reading, very, very simple. You literally mic like pot plants and things like that around.
Okay. You just sound about different ways of scamming people.
Yeah, so they literally mic things up. They'll even give them questionnaires and shit before.
Yeah, I've seen people do that, and then I've heard like
and
the earpiece came through on something and they heard.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, we've got the dossier on this person, we've got their Facebook up, they've just lost their mum, so talk about their mum. Like that's hot reading, and like it's really obvious to tell when someone's doing it because they get hit after hit after hit after hit.
But this is not that kind of. But this is more like people that just everyday people.
Yeah, this is it. It's not someone who's standing on a stage being like, "Yeah, your dog's really looking for you, right? He's a lovely dog. What was he, a Doberman? No, he was a Yorkie. A Yorkie. Yeah, I felt that."
I'm making a note at the time as well when I start to think. Yeah, kind of so.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just. You know, that's the cold reading thing though as well.
Well, which one's the cold reading?
Cold reading is the one where you go, so have you lost someone? I'm feeling you've lost someone. Yeah, I've lost my mum. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling that. Okay.
That's
and
more
she's
what
worried about something. She's worried about something. What would she be worried about? Oh, the money that she's left is tearing us apart. Oh, is it? Yeah, she said that. And she said, what you're supposed to do, just don't worry, right? Don't worry.
That's like very much like what Darren Brown would do, isn't it?
Yeah, because he used to sort of go, look, this is what you need to look out for. These people do this kind of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's like the other side of it. And there could be people.
Rest in peace.
I think the idea that like I've heard of like a lot of this stuff. I was saying earlier as well about I still can't remember what the phrase is called when you got there's this idea of like deep like tinfoil hat territory of people like within the CIA and that, like, because obviously we know they've been doing a lot of mind experiments and all that.
Oh yeah, for years.
For years, like since the 60s at least,
Yeah,
probably earlier.
yeah.
And one of the ideas is that apparently these people astral imaging, something
Astral
like that.
project.
Astral projection, yeah, where they can see things, like they can just sit there and transport like the astral version of themselves somewhere.
Yeah, and they can
see
see
whatever.
what's in the room and
talking about them even going to Mars and seeing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm open to that idea. But this stuff though, like, it's just listening to the story. It's all real people's stories of like, like giving and saying something to someone or doing something and then something happening.
Yeah.
Like, I got a few lists here. I'll start reading a few of the ones. This is from like 6 premonitions of disasters that came true from Sky History. The Aberfan disaster.
Yeah.
On the morning of the 21st of October 1966, Britain's worst peacetime catastrophe. Sudden with heavy rain, a huge heap of waste suddenly slid down the mountain slope, obliterating everything in its path. A local junior school was utterly engulfed by this roaring black avalanche with 116 children killed.
Yeah. Truly fucking horrendous.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
Like, I saw a documentary on it. It's the most depressing thing in the fucking world.
But
just
yeah.
All these children died and I never got to say goodbye to my lovely little kid.
Which is why I'm not going to focus on that part.
Yeah.
I'm going to focus on the fact that, like, some of these families talked about, that some of these kids might have saw it coming, that they did.
Yeah.
Like, one family on the day before the avalanche, their 8-year-old son, Paul, drew a group of figures digging into a hillside with the words "the end" written above them.
Yeah.
And a 10-year-old girl named Errol May reportedly told her mother she wasn't afraid to die and that she dreamt something black had come down onto her school, and she, along with Paul, both died when that collapsed onto it.
Yeah. I mean, that's fucked, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, yeah.
That's fucked.
But focusing on that part, though, man, because I'm just going to have to, because otherwise I will just imagine my children there.
Yeah, which is terrible.
Well, yeah. But this dude John Barker then, like, collected stories just like that and created a Premonition bureau.
Yeah. Now that's what we talked about before. That is the coolest fucking name for a bureau ever. I want to work there.
So, yeah, man, I'm totally putting up a clip from this episode just talking about, this bit. Right now.
Because who the fuck doesn't want to work at the Premonitions Bureau? Fuck yes.
It does sound like the kind of place, like where you wouldn't be allowed to put it on your CV.
Probably not.
But at the same time, maybe you'd have a feeling whether you should or not anyway.
It feels like future cop shit. It feels like Tom Cruise shit.
That's exactly what a lot of this compares it to, like the Minority Report.
Yeah.
The whole precogs. That's a bit far.
That's the thing, though. That far, though? Is it possible?
Well, it's the idea of like training someone to
be able to do it more. Like if you've got someone who's already open to it, are you capable of training them further? This is where the whole CIA thing comes into it as well.
If it's going to be somebody as well, I reckon, like, because a lot of people, like, look at things like autism and that, like they're, like a negative thing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if I still have this idea that that's some version of the next evolution of people.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. There's different branches, isn't there? Because there's the psychopathic, which is a different branch. There's
I think that is I can see how that's another version of evolution.
Yeah. Psychopathic, narcissistic, specifically that whole bunch of the dark triad.
I don't know. But
we did one of them, so check that out.
Yeah, that was not that many episodes ago. I don't think.
Episodes ago, I don't think so. No, but that was fucking creepy shit, and those people are out there.
What people?
Narcissists and psychopaths and so.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to find them, go to the comedy scene.
Yeah.
I'm going to re-upload a podcast that I've forgotten about from ages ago that I never put onto YouTube.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm.
Look out for that in the next few days.
Yeah.
The sinking of the Titanic. So an obscure writer named Morgan Robertson had a vision of the Titanic disaster.
Yeah.
He said it wasn't supernatural, but basically he wrote a book called Futility 14 years before the Titanic.
Yeah.
The focus of the book was an ocean liner which is said to be unsinkable, doesn't have enough lifeboats, and goes down into the cold waters after colliding with an iceberg.
Yeah.
And the name of the ship was the Titan.
Yeah.
There were also accounts of passengers on the actual Titanic who felt inexplicably fearful about the journey. One was Alex McKenzie, whose story was told by his grandson. He told the press that he'd been walking along the gangway of the ship when he instinctively heard a voice telling him not to get on board.
You see, that's
He turned around and just dipped back to Scotland instantly.
100%. If you hear a voice out of nowhere in your head saying, "Don't get on that fucking boat," I'm not getting on the boat.
His family were angry at him for a couple of days.
Yeah, until oh look,
Shit, my son's
and
psychic.
again, he goes, "I fucking knew it! I knew it, you bastards, and you didn't listen to me. You said I was crazy.
I'm
But
fucking
look."
right. I'm a fucking psychic.
Look over there, you bastards! You.
Hey, get it. Hey. I don't know where I went then.
I don't know either.
Like this shit though, man. I can even like looking at a much different version. I remember having one idea of this myself. A experience of this kind of myself when I was much younger. I remember before like internet and that, when I was collecting all the Simpson videos still.
Yeah.
I remember having a dream that there was this one come out, a Treehouse of Horror thing,
Right.
where it was Bart.
Yeah.
You know the screen painting.
Yeah.
It was that painting, but it was with Bart doing it like that, like with all the style.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't even know the painting, and I was a kid, like the screen painting. And I remember thinking, like, there's a Simpson video I haven't got.
Yeah.
And I eventually, years later, saw it on a billboard, and it was like a limited edition version of that, and it was that.
Holy shit.
I remember that happening.
That's crazy. That's pretty...
Obviously, the idea is like, did I remember it from back then? It's
Yeah.
really great to be able to go back and look at the timeline.
Yeah. I think the weirdest times I get premonition is when I'm driving.
The lighter on my crotch. That's where it was.
The weirdest times I get premonition is when I'm driving.
Mm.
Because I will multiple times I've done it and I don't know what. I'll be just like, why am I slowing down? And then like suddenly some twat will come launching out of a fucking side road right into it without looking. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was right.
Yeah, and I don't know why I'm doing it. I have no idea why I'm slowing down, but I just go like, why am I slowing down? Like, oh, right, dickhead. Cool, nice, good to know.
But man, but you're right. Though, like I remember you saying it like a while ago. Just the whole idea of trusting the Prang, and it's so true.
Trust the Prang.
Like,
if you are sat with your mates and you're having a smoke somewhere, and one of you is having a bit of a Prang, and the other two guys are like, look, man, it's fine. Everything's good.
Just making notes to see that.
That's not a problem. But if two or more people are suddenly going, man, I'm fucking pranging out here. We need to get going. We should go.
Yeah, you should.
Fucking go.
Sometimes.
Don't fuck about go.
I will say, though, I don't always know if it is completely true.
Yeah.
Because if it always, just let's be fair, it won't always be bang on.
No.
Because I remember back in the past, me and my friends, when we were smoking a lot, younger, in a forest, and we all were like, suddenly, holy shit, E.T. is coming. Oh, yeah, we were all suddenly felt that E.T. was coming, and we dipped, and we felt like he was there.
What the fuck?
That
doesn't sound good.
I hope it was a friendly ET, but
I don't think it was, because you wouldn't get that feeling from a nice ET, would you?
It's one of them.
If he was just going to come up to you and go,
ET on home. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're being quite loud.
Oh, no, how could we on a podcast?
I know, well, you know.
I need to have one of the same people up there, actually. I haven't finished doing it yet.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the wires, man.
There's so many wires. The never-ending wires. Oh, yeah, Jesus. No, it's still going.
Cool.
Yeah, we're good. But yeah, no, like trusting the Prang's a big thing. Like we used to do that all the time when we were smoking in certain areas. And like literally we'd be sat there and I'd be like, man, do we need to go? I feel like we need to go. And then my mate would be going like, no, you know what? Actually, yeah, let's fucking go. And we left. And literally, just as we leave this place, suddenly a police car comes driving in exactly where we just came out and just cruises on down.
See, you need to trust it, man.
You need to trust the Prang.
Let me give some more situations.
Yeah.
I've got some other ones that are a bit more personal as well after this.
Yeah.
Shorter as well. But next one, 9/11.
Okay.
It's kind of the idea that, like, I think there's some maybe an idea of like that when it's like a big event, something that's going to be remembered for history. Maybe that's like gives it more power, which is why you may have these feelings about it.
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean? Like it holds like the emotion or the attention, something like that. Like,
well, it's like
I feel like I'm going into Doctor Who
it's
land now.
similar-
'Cause I'm like, it's a
it's-
fixed point in history.
No, but that's similar to the idea of a ghost, though, isn't it?
In a sense, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
It's like you're being
Echo.
haunted by your death before it hits you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, while someone who's a ghost is being haunted by their death after it's happened.
Or as
and they're
well,
repeating it.
and as well, if you're getting the warning, like, you know, and then it's like some of these people, you know, that don't get on it, they turn around and go home.
Yeah.
Are they getting the feeling of like possibly a alternate reality where they do get on it?
Yeah.
Because that's another thing to really try and get your head around. If time is linear and all that, how do the idea
an
of multiverses come into it?
Here's an idea as
Which
well.
is another theoretical.
Is a
idea.
ghost necessarily the exact person, or could it be like psychic leftover energy of the way other people interpreted them as well?
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is what makes them so ghastly and what makes them so aggressive. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Where
Yeah,
it's
like
sort of
perception is
sort of-
reality.
Yeah, it's not so much
The person.
the person, it's the way they were perceived and the mark they
Yeah.
left emotionally.
In the same way, like big events like Titanic, that first
Because
one. I
it's
forgot the
always an
name of.
emotional thing for these people, isn't it? They always have like
Wow, of course.
some kind of connection. It's all the way through your body. You get shivers of like,
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
I kind of feel like it's something that a psychopath wouldn't be able to do.
Yes.
It's like you need to be an empathetic person, an empath.
Oh,
as
actually,
they
I've
call it.
started
I don't,
writing a story. Which
I don't
is
really know what
based on
empath
this.
means, but go
Yeah, I
on, sorry.
started writing a story that's based on that idea, and it's like there's these things that have started growing on Earth
Okay.
that are like giant traps, like plant traps for people.
Right.
And they draw them in by sort of messing with people's minds and getting them to come closer and closer until they fall in. And the only people who aren't affected by it are psychopaths. So they have to send psychopaths out to like dig them out and sort of remove them and shit as they go along. And I think it's a great idea for a movie.
Yeah.
Because then it could just be like you and me, or so, you know, whoever else, like just playing the two guys digging it out.
It'd be fun playing a psychopath as well.
Yeah.
Actually, and rather than playing it, you know, as psychopaths gonna kill everyone.
Yeah.
Psychopaths just having a conversation, doing their shit.
And I think the thing is,
How does that
one of
even
them
work?
At one point, that while they're having a conversation, someone accidentally just walks straight into it, and they're like, "Jesus Christ!" And one of them's like, "Actually, I want to feed it more." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great idea for a movie, right?
Okay, 9/11. Let me give you 9/11. Well, no, I'm
Yeah.
not going to give you
By the way,
9/11.
copyright. If I see anyone
Yeah.
fucking doing that, I've got the
Copyright,
fucking proof right here.
copyright strike.
Yeah.
ItsDeadManDancin.
That's
Parish Nathan
That's it.
Ltd.
Because that's my fucking movie, bro.
Supported by KD Comedy.
Yeah.
Just having the camera.
I'm really.
That's a
I think
supporter.
that's a good movie to make. I think we should make that movie.
I really think we should start making a lot of like, you know, little shorts and
Yeah,
stuff.
shorts and stuff. Yeah.
Because obviously it's hard to make a full length movie right now with our budget
Well,
and all that.
what I want to do is I want to make those
Like a
smoke
10,
and drive things. I
yeah.
want to make those as shorts as well. So
Yeah.
like, they're going to be like 10 minutes a piece. at
Anything
most.
like it's almost like, you know, like little sketches.
Yeah, and I've already directed a sketch, so I know like how to vaguely frame stuff. And shit.
Yeah, I've done it back in the past. Like I was really happy with the one thing, like when throughout college and stuff and national diploma,
Yeah.
and then at the end of year stuff, and we had like the cinema with all the people and that there from all the different parts of the school, the college, and my one played with like they split it in. I split it into two halves, and they actually played it with like the one bit at the beginning.
That's our
and the one
fucking
bit
way in,
later.
mate. That's what
Huh?
we do. We
What?
do a load of fucking short films, right?
Yeah, you whack them together in the end.
Yeah, no, not only that, but we also like we show short films out on like a tour, and we do stand up either side of the short films.
That'd be that'd be banging.
That's the fucking way to do it.
And then after you could do that, and then afterwards,
And then
even do a podcast.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and by the
Live
way, if you want
podcast.
to stick around for the podcast afterwards, we're going to be doing a podcast for 2 hours live.
If not, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, you know, That's a banging idea.
Fucking
We
banging,
got
right?
this on record now. I'm gonna write this down. Like
We're
probably
doing
around
this shit.
26 minutes.
This
That's
is
a good plan. Because I do really want to start like doing more stuff rather than just. I love the podcast and the chatting and the presenting stuff this way.
Yeah,
But I also want to just put in more effort at doing some other things.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. What was that around? 37 minutes or so. 30 minutes. Good plan
Yes.
for stuff to do.
And then you can do
My
like
diction is
I mean, that's the thing.
awesome.
You can you could do like stand up bit short, Q&A podcast.
Well, podcast is the Q&A.
Well,
probably.
part
You
and
could
parcel.
incorporate that.
Yeah.
Like, the whole first bit, talking to the people. If they're talkative, you can find out. Then if they're not, then you just go into the subject.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
It works. It
It's
works.
a good idea.
I like that. That's,
That's a fucking evening. That is. That's a fucking
we could obviously
dinner and a show.
we could obviously try it at the bush as well first.
Yeah,
Because you've
yeah.
got the screen and all that.
That's a good idea.
It works.
Yeah.
That would work.
I like that.
Okay, cool. We got a plan.
Yeah.
And then take it to the fringe.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
That's a good way to go about it.
That's a really
Actually,
good fucking way.
there we go.
Yeah.
We just figured this shit out.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
We just have a rolling fucking track when we're at the fringe, though. It'd just be, we'd have the morning start off, all the short films, stand up, podcast, short films, stand up, podcast, short film, stand up, podcast, end.
Wait, you want about doing like 3 shows in a day?
Yeah.
The fuck? How many days are we talking?
Morning, afternoon, and evening show.
How many fucking days are we talking?
We're talking 7 days.
I was thinking about this actually. If you're actually going to do the fringe, because it's like apparently quite expensive there on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
I was wondering if a good way to do would be like for myself, and then it would work because then you'd have somewhere to go. I'm sure you can able to do it. Obviously, I live in Birmingham now.
Yeah.
Couldn't I just move with the council to Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Like for however long I want to,
Yeah.
and then I wouldn't pay anything for accommodation. I get the same thing for shared accommodation, and then got somewhere to technically go. Where we don't have to pay ridiculous amounts.
Yeah.
We got a base.
Yeah.
And then we can do the shows from there. Well, not from there, but we can go to wherever we do it.
It's not a bad shout.
It might work. I don't know. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I feel like you're allowed to move to a different city if you want to.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's not like it is another country, but it's in the UK.
Yeah, it's still UK.
I shouldn't need a fucking passport.
Yeah.
Well, I know I don't. So I've gone to Wales enough times. Wales fails.
I mean, to be fair, the whole thing with the fringe is like, part of me wants to just be like, just fucking get a fucking van, open up the side, and do a gig on the street.
Oh, there's no reason you couldn't do that anyway.
Yeah.
That's not
Like, if it's so expensive, fuck it. I'll just park up somewhere and
I mean-
put some fucking chairs out.
Give it another 7 or 10 years. I'm sure we'll have another pandemic.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, more premonition then.
Yes.
I just had a feeling I should carry on. So. Funny me. 9/11.
Yes.
Not funny.
No.
Another man who seems to have sensed the coming of a world-shaking tragedy was Eamon McCaney. Great name. So, Eamon McCaney. Yeah. Eamon McCaney.
That's a terrible name.
Great name. What are you on about? Racist bugger. You need to look
say
yourself
it that
in the
many
mirror.
times to get it right.
Eamon
not a great
McCaney. No, hold on. Eamon McCaney. Eamon McCaney.
Yeah, so great.
It sounds like the Irish mascot for McDonald's.
It does, yeah. Oh, you're McAnini.
Eamon McCaney, come and get your McDonald's and nuggets. I put them in your face, I will. Oh, crikey dee.
I'd love it if they...
No, wait, that's Irish. What?
Yeah,
That is what I think, isn't it?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, yeah.
I thought I was infringing for a moment. I went back for a second. My mind's...
No, you weren't in the Scots.
My beautiful mind is terrible.
Beautiful, man.
A financial services professional, McAnini, whose office was at New York's World Trade Center, he suffered a sudden bout of vertigo while he was leaving for work on the morning of 11th September 2001. I used to bang a girl whose birthday was on 11th September.
Yeah.
Window.
Yeah.
The strange moment came after a long period of foreboding for Eamon, who had predicted he wouldn't survive the year 2001 and had grown increasingly anxious about a terrorist strike on the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
But despite the vertigo and his wife saying he should stay home, he decided to carry on his day as normal because he was just like, it was just a silly feeling.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, what do you
we shrug
say?
off these things all the time.
Yeah, you can't just go, oh well, no, I'm definitely right about this. No
Well,
matter how
because-
right you feel, you've got to sort of go logically. That doesn't make sense.
And a lot of time, the prank or the idea, like, it's a tiny feeling, and you kind of just disregard it.
Yeah.
Like, but I bet that happens a lot to all of us.
All the time.
But when you really need to listen to it, like,
Yeah.
let's fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big, you
I
know.
mean, if you're getting bouts of vertigo with it, that's a pretty big one.
But imagine though, if he didn't, and he was just then afraid to go to work every day, and nothing ever happened. Imagine then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can see it from that side.
Yeah.
And like, one more day won't hurt.
Yeah. And what if you do it that day and you don't go in that day and then you're like, oh, nothing happened. All right,
Mhm.
I'll go in another day then, and then it happens.
Okay, let me go on to JFK and then Lincoln.
Okay.
Did a celebrity psychic foresee the assassination of JFK? There's no denying that in 1956, 7 years before the shooting, a magazine published a prediction by clairvoyant Jean Dixon that the 1960 presidential election would be won by a Democrat, JFK, and that this man would be assassinated or die in office. Another prediction, which should be mentioned, was made by none other than Kennedy himself. On 5th of June 1961, I'm not sure when he died, I don't know if I said it then, I'm not sure. He scribbled a cryptic and ominous note, which was preserved by his secretary. I know that there is a God and I see a storm coming. If he has a place for me, I am ready. I think they're reaching a bit there personally on that one.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly jump onto Lincoln. He may not have been the only US president to foresee his own murder. Days before he was killed, while enjoying a play at the theatre, Lincoln told his bodyguard he had a striking dream in which the president had walked into a room in the White House to see a dead body lying there, surrounded by soldiers and mourners. He asked someone who had died, and the president, the onlooker, replied he was killed by an assassin. Although some historians believe Layman embellished or made up the story, who knows?
Yeah. Hard to say.
It's hard to say with those ones, which is why some of the historical ones I'm a bit like, it's
Yeah.
hard. Them last two, I'm like,
Yeah, I mean that
That's
could
the
be
problem with them.
made up, but like the thing that's
or is that
interesting-
is that the issue with us though? Just instantly being like, what are they on about?
well, I don't know, but the kid
Revisionist.
like the kids in the Welsh school,
Yeah.
that's fucking that sends shivers down your spine. That
Yeah, yeah. It's that kind of stuff. It's the just for me when you hear it from like a president or something like that, it's like it just sounds like it could be easily embellished.
Yeah.
When it's just a regular
I mean, it's all
person.
the thing about George Washington could never tell a lie. It's like that's not true. Otherwise, he would have been a shit politician.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
Never tell a lie. Bull.
Yeah.
Ask him who was here when they came. Like when Christopher Columbus came. Like, oh yeah, the people just gave us their land.
Yeah, of course they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they walked away. They said we don't want this anymore.
I didn't realize like how many of the places in America are just named after other countries,
Yeah.
other cities
Yeah.
in other parts of the world.
Yeah, all of them.
Can't call event. They got Holland,
The ones they come up with themselves are terrible. Like Yazoo.
Iowa,
Yeah.
Iowa. just a noise. Iowa.
And they name it after,
Iowa.
or they'll name entire fucking cities after something that just happens to be nearby. Like, oh, this is Spittoon Falls. Why is it called Spittoon Falls? Well, my grandpappy liked to chew tobacco, and there was some waterfalls. Oh, cool.
I'm gonna give you a bit more of like some personal ones here.
Mhm.
So, April 5th, 1936.
Okay.
Mary had a disturbing dream. She was visited by her deceased mother, telling her, I'm coming for you. When she woke the next morning, she told her husband, my mother came for me. Oh. She went on to say that my husband would now be responsible for raising their only child.
Fucking what?
He's going to divorce her and kick her out.
Yeah.
Mary then went to work in the offices of the White's ice cream parlor in Gainesville because, why wouldn't you? It's like, okay, well, it's just
Ice
a dream. Ice cream, though? You need
Ice
to
cream's
sell like
safe.
dollar ice cream.
Yeah.
Problem was, though, that just after 8 a.m., a deadly series of 17 tornadoes struck the south, one wreaking havoc in Gainesville. A few minutes before the tornado touched down, Mary phoned her husband to tell him goodbye for the last time because she just knew she was going to die, I guess, at that point.
Fucking Jesus.
I guess at that point, she realised it all came together. She was like, oh.
Oh, I should have stayed at home.
Or maybe some peace as well, though, because it's kind of like, if that is true too,
Yeah.
then does that mean there's some kind of afterlife too, or something there,
Yeah, because I mean that's got
Called out by them.
I don't know.
or is it just the voice that you'd want to hear
Yeah.
calling it. It's hard. Or is the afterlife just in your head anyway?
Yeah.
I'm in a fucking.
It's weird if you talk to
Ecto
various
mood.
people. Some people say like, "Oh yeah, no, I saw everything. I saw the pearly gates." Some
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
like, "Oh no, I saw just a big light at the end of the tunnel."
Big light.
And then there's
Concussion.
other people like Al Pacino who's like, I died a little bit over COVID. I died for like 5 minutes, and then they brought me back. And they go like, "Oh really?"
I've heard the Al
what-
Pacino.
and he goes, "And what did you see?" He said, "Nothing.
Boom.
It's nothing. It's just darkness. You die, and that's it."
Darkness.
And that is such a fucking Al Pacino thing to say.
You know what? Al Pacino, another one of them ones that I've never really been a fan of. Not because I don't like him. I've just never really watched any films he's in.
He's got some
hardly
good
anyway.
films. He's got a lot of bad films.
Like
more
I've never watched
recently because he lost
Yeah.
a shitload of money.
that everyone like. I mean, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
You know, he's a funny man.
Yeah,
But he never used to be.
yeah, yeah. He used to be a very serious actor.
Very, very serious actor, man.
Yeah,
Then he started putting boobs on.
yeah.
I got drugs once in a
The
meat.
drop that those two guys have had.
I got completely legal drugs given to me in a Meet the Parents box once.
Cool.
Yeah.
What kind?
What?
What kind of drugs?
Well, I'm not going to say that, am I?
Well,
Totally
completely
legal.
Legal. Oh, right.
Totally legal. What are you on
Totally
about?
Legal.
You know, vitamins,
Yeah, vitamin pills.
fizz tablets for your water,
yeah.
which I actually do very much recommend. They are
Yeah,
great.
yeah, they're pretty good.
They don't mind. They got all the shit in them. They got all the sodium in them.
Yeah.
They got all the, I don't know what's over
They
there.
got all them Vits.
All them bits, man. There's a lot of shit that apparently we don't put in ourselves normally.
No, because we eat shit.
Yeah, compared to like in the, we really don't eat the stuff we need, do we?
No.
We probably like
The
made it so.
vast majority of our diet should be essentially just plants, nuts, seeds, and berries.
And some meat, surely.
Meat should be about 10 to 15% of what you eat.
Really?
Yep, that's all.
Actually, no, that's yeah, that's not that bad actually. Because I imagine like a meal. If you, I don't know, I feel like a meal isn't a meal without meat.
That's the thing. It's like we've got used to eating a shitload of meat, but actually, for the most part of human existence, meat was something that you would have on an occasion. You wouldn't have it all the time. That's why Sunday roasts were such a big thing because you'd get together and you'd have
Oh,
a big piece of meat.
when
on
you
a
were
fucking
saying
Sunday.
like back before, I always imagine you on about so like human gatherers didn't extinct them.
No,
They just
yeah.
had meat every now and then, and you were like, oh no, you're on about a completely different time in the world.
Yeah. But like we eat a lot more meat now, and it is a good thing that we eat more meat now because it means that we don't die of things like
I like not dying.
malnutrition very regularly. You know, meat is good.
Meat, I agree. Meat
has
is good.
lots of good things in it. It's just that there's a lot of good things that you're not getting from meat at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, did you know you
Gesundheit.
can have rabbit starvation?
What?
Rabbit starvation.
What? Is this like a
It's a form of malnutrition.
I think you need some other hobby.
Yeah, no, it's a form of malnutrition.
Grabbing rabbits and just be like, you want them? You want some crackers? No, you can't have them. You would? No, you can't. You haven't
Just
heard.
slowly starving rabbits.
You're a mean man.
No, it's basically if you
Makes the meat
eat
tender.
nothing but rabbits, you will actually die of a vitamin deficiency
That makes sense.
because like
You
they
could just eat potatoes.
Yeah.
Surely.
what you need to have with it is you need to I think it was like beans or broccoli or something like some kind of vegetable like
Yeah,
that
some other shit.
that just makes up for it because rabbits don't carry any vitamins in their meat.
Oh, specifically rabbit you want about?
Yeah.
Oh, other
Specifically
meat do
rabbit.
then.
Other meats do.
Oh, okay.
Well, it depends on the meat.
What?
That's the thing.
Is it because
There
they're
are
very
some-
game?
This is the thing. Everyone thinks that
Gamey.
everything's complete. Not everything's a complete protein. It's like when I was doing the weightlifting shit. What I used to do is I used to start the day. Oh, I used
Fuck
to.
you.
I used to start the day with pea powder protein.
Pea powder.
Pea protein is
You drinking your own
98.
pea, yo?
No,
Drinking your own pea
pea
blood?
protein is 98% protein. And it
2%
is-
urine.
No. And like the last bit is like a tiny bit of carbohydrate. In comparison to whey protein, some whey protein's only 96%
Of
of protein, and this is 98. And
What do you mean exactly when you say
because
like 96% of what's there?
Yeah,
is protein.
It's protein.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, because the pea protein was vegetable, it just went into my system incredibly quickly. I never found anything was as good as a protein powder as the pea protein.
You're on about a pre-workout as well?
Yeah. This was a pre-workout one. I would then come home and I'd have like eggs or meat and
Bananas.
stuff like that. I'd always have beans with it as well because beans are always good for that shit. And like
and for shit.
Yeah. And I would and then I'd have one meal that was just vegetables. Every single day I would have.
What meal would that be? I'm generally trying to think of what a meal of just vegetables would consist of.
So what I used to do.
What meal? Or I'm trying to think of a dish.
What I used to do is I used to fry up some spinach with some garlic and some onions and things like that.
So grass and onions. Okay.
No, it's delicious. Trust me. You have to put some spices in with it to give it some fucking flavour, but it's delicious.
Oh yeah, well, it can't be that delicious if you need to give it flavour.
Well, it's like a sag paneer, like the
curry.
Indian curry stuff.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing you make.
To be fair, I am a fan of the sags. They're fine. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So you
make
some of that.
jokes, but I like.
Yeah, you make some of that, and then you also make some like beans to go with it or something like that, and that was one of the meals I do. And because that meant I was getting all of the vitamins I needed. I was getting 2 different types of vegetable protein and always 2 different types of animal protein every single day, on top of actual protein powders and things as well that I was boosting it with. So I was bulking pretty quick on that. That's what I want to go back to doing.
I can imagine if from your frame, you have the frame where I can see that you'd be able to build muscle.
I'd like to get back into.
Also, apologies for the live people. It's been on a long time, and my head can only handle it for so long.
That's fair.
I feel it coming on. I'm like, no, turn it down.
Turn it down.
Go back to chill light.
It a little bit longer. Yeah.
It's so much nicer in this light with that. It's not fully covered actually, but it's good enough.
Yeah, it's better.
It's nice. I like this kind of
vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my normal vibe.
Yes.
I find that this has got much better screen quality as well in the dark.
No.
Apparently it said it. I don't see why.
No.
But anyway, so let me give you a premonition though that our mama had.
Ooh.
Before we even get into much. Oh no, that was the one I already did. Oh no, sorry. Do you remember? When was this? 2017. 2017, when London Bridge attacks.
Oh yeah.
So these people were going to go over the bridge, and he had this romantic idea planned for his wife, and the wife was like, no, we really shouldn't go. But the nearer they got to the bridge, she was like terrified of walking along and just told him, I want to turn around.
Yeah.
He didn't want to postpone it and insisted they carry on. A few moments later, a white rental van struck the couple from behind. He was flung over the bridge. She survived. It was 3 men drove the van and attacked people with knives and stuff. Yeah. I mean, we don't need to go into all of that, but just again, the idea of they just saw it coming.
Yeah.
Or you just have a feeling.
The reason why the bloke kept going, because he was like, she knows it's going to be a proposal. She doesn't want to go through with it or something like that. That's probably what he's thinking, which is why he'd sort of push his way through it, because he's already feeling nervous, so he can't feel the prang.
Yeah.
But she's got no idea what's going on, and she's feeling that prang.
Understandably so. Yeah.
Yeah. God damn.
It is a crazy thing. Like there's so many examples of it, but it's at the same time, it's like a hard thing to present as well.
Yeah.
Because it's one of them things. I think everybody. I suppose it's hard to say. I know that I can understand the kind of feeling. I get the idea.
Yeah.
I was about to say everybody can surely get that if they let themselves, but I don't know.
Not everyone can.
Yeah.
Everyone's sort of, some people are so locked into, no, this is the way it is, and it doesn't have anything like that. Nothing like that can ever happen. But I think if you open your mind a little bit to the idea of it, you're more likely to notice it in your own everyday life. So I don't think it's something that happens to only some people. I think this is something that happens to everyone to different degrees. But it's something that happens to everyone. Everyone has had that moment where they're like, I just don't think I should do that. And it's, lo and behold, you shouldn't have done it.
Just pretty much, yeah.
It's not uncommon.
I think that's the thing. I think it's very common. I think it's just like a lot of the feelings, we just kind of ignore them a lot. Like that feeling of when you're
Because
walking along
again,
and
you're
feeling like someone's
told-
watching you.
because
You
you're
just
told that's
disregard
not
it.
real, and
Exactly,
you shouldn't
yeah.
think that way. And like, if you tell a kid that, the kid's not gonna the kid's gonna think that way, and they're just gonna keep going on with it. If you
Yeah.
tell an adult, oh, don't be so childish, they're gonna fucking go, oh no, you're right, I'm being stupid. This is just, I
Yeah.
just have to go through and get on with it. You know, but if a kid doesn't want to do something, they'll fucking just put their feet down and say, no, I'm not fucking doing it.
I do a Trump.
Yeah.
I can imagine Trump. He, at his old age, still I can imagine him doing a little temper tantrum.
Yeah.
I think he's not a bad president. Like people think he's going to suddenly turn around and be Hitler this time for some reason.
I mean, no more likely than he did last time.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Like, did that happen before? I don't think it happened before. I'm not
I
saying
mean,
great things happened.
No, the riots weren't great, but you know, it's all
Which ones?
the Capitol Hill riots weren't. But, you know.
Oh yeah. But I also think they were made out to be worse than they are. And just all these reports as well about like Asian provocateurs.
Yeah.
You see them in different things, like with the BLM riots, when there was all those reports of like vans dropping off like pallets of bricks and stuff for people to throw.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of them. I remember seeing them.
Yeah.
It was weird, like why that stuff always kind of happened, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's all about control.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
They want to make sure that everyone is against everyone else. Like they put Asian provocateurs on both sides.
Yeah, of course.
It is an intentional move to try and stir up aggression so that people don't question the government on the things that they actually should be questioned on.
Yeah.
Because if they can keep us bickering, complaining about stuff that actually, if we all sat down in a room, we could probably knock out in about 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's not that hard, realistically, to decide how much tax people should pay. You know?
What do you mean?
We just go, well, what budget do we need? That's the budget. How much can we afford to tax normal people? Okay, we can afford to tax that. How much can we afford to tax? Can we afford to get the rest of it? Okay, that much. Do you guys mind paying a little bit more? That's fine.
So
It's not that fucking hard.
Yeah. It's more about like the people and what they can afford and all the different levels and
Exactly,
all that.
that's it. And that should be just a calculation that people do on a fucking piece of paper, and that's it.
Well, the problem
But
is though,
instead, they make it into a fucking, oh well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to give you tax cuts on this, and then you can claim stuff back over here.
Yeah.
And then you can, and so they make it
Muddy the
far more
water.
complicated
Muddy the water.
than it ever should fucking be.
And a lot of the stuff as well, like they don't actually tell you about like a lot of the stuff that's available. You have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Did you know, like for example, the Keir Starmer's said that he's going to be, well, he hasn't fully confirmed it, but he's pretty much like, that taxes are going to be rising again still.
Fucking surprise.
So this is the problem though with what you were saying then though about figuring out the amount. If it's already at a point where it's fucked to begin with, then when they come in, that amount might need to be high. Like Labour might be coming in their head and getting the amount that they know they need to tax to get everything
set
back
and
to where
working again.
But that just means we have to just like pay for it all basically.
Yeah, we just
literally all it is.
That's what governments do.
I appreciate that he's been making a point about all these like things that he's made a point of, like, you know, where he's had something paid for him by the government, he's paid it back.
Yeah.
But when you're making a big point about it each time, and I know it's not him, obviously, but it's still them people planting that story to the people.
There's also so many fucking MPs who don't do that and do the opposite, and then just take so much fucking money.
Yeah.
And it's like there should be some we should look into that. It's all well and good you saying, "Oh well, I don't." Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of you who do.
Man,
like you can't allow that.
You know what? I was shocked myself. Like just the whole seeing the MPs actually all together in Parliament, like all of them there.
Oh yeah.
When they were voting on the whole
assisted dying thing.
on the assisted dying,
yeah.
Like because
when it's anything,
what the hell actually made them get there? I've never.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm sure it did happen.
So many other ones were fucking just ignored, and they don't bother turning up for. But that one, everyone turned up for.
It's interesting because, you know, as much as they say, like, you know, it's for the nice reasons and that, and it can be really good. I support that concept. Yeah. But who really believes the government are doing something for the benefit of people, really, when it comes down to it?
I don't.
I don't either.
No.
Like, did I tell you before about how Canada's gone? Canada has had this before. Like, they were already in it, and it started in the same way with people for 6 months, and it's got to the point now where it's like, offered to people to go in talking about like have depression or they've got
Yeah.
pain or something.
Yeah, it's like, I've got depression. I don't want to be here anymore. Well, that's not.
Have
a
you
reason.
considered MAID?
Yeah.
Death?
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
And you can get that a lot quicker than you get other supports, like the time frame of how
Oh,
quickly you get it.
Jesus.
Oh, by a lot.
Well, because you
In
don't
90
have
days.
to do extra fucking work. It's just, oh, you want to be dead? We can do that, mate.
I mean, I support the idea
Fuck.
of like being able to do it, but I don't think people should just be able to.
I don't think you should be able to do it for mental health issues.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe in the long run, but it would take a long time of somebody.
mean,
If
that's-
somebody was just, you've looked at them for like years and years, and you can see no matter what they do, they're just stuck in this state of.
Maybe.
But I don't see why you couldn't get pumped in with drugs.
Yeah.
Like, that would have to be
Also,
tried.
I'm sorry,
There would
but
have to be other things tried first.
If you're
for that.
ever getting to the point where you're considering killing yourself seriously, like you're like, I am living in a life of permanent medical pain and I can't deal with this anymore, get hooked on heroin.
Oh yeah, why not?
Why the fuck
yeah,
not?
why not, man? You might as well go out good.
Go out good,
Experience
bro.
some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
They say it's like being kissed by fucking God, bro. Do you not want to try that shit? I fucking do. The only reason I'm not doing it is because it's gonna ruin my life. If I don't have one in front of me, goddamn, I'm taking that shit. I'm taking fentanyl, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just cheaper though.
Yeah.
That's why you can get more
And a
that
bigger
way.
high.
Yeah. Well, you can just get a loan though. You got decent credit.
Oh look, you might kill yourself if you take fentanyl. Yeah, bitch.
Oh man, do you want to hear something a bit something that not a lot of people like to talk about?
Yeah.
You want to hear some shit?
Go on then.
I was watching some like documentaries about George Floyd
Oh yeah.
and BLM and all that.
Yeah.
And all that stuff at the time. I've already talked to you about this actually.
I don't know. I've had people talk to me
I'm pretty
about.
sure it was the hippie man.
I've had a lot of George Floyd talking to me ears over the years from various people.
It's just the idea that like it's still portrayed in the media that the reason he died was just a policeman on with the knee on his neck.
Yeah.
And that was the reason.
Right.
Whereas it's very obvious there are other factors as to why.
Right.
I didn't know, for example, that his toxicology showed that he had a lethal amount of fentanyl in his system.
Oh, what?
And morphine and something else.
Fuck.
And it's in the body cam footage, which I didn't bring out until months after, to clear up what actually happened to show the process.
Yeah.
Because it looks very different when it's all seen in context.
Yeah.
Because when they get him, you can see in his mouth on the body cam, it looks like there's something in his mouth, and then it's gone, and then he starts
so he
like
just swallowed a bag of fucking drugs.
and then he's like in the back seat on his own, like freaking out, like saying he can't breathe. Then before they touched him, which still, in my opinion, then even if that is the case, like if he's saying that and he's already in the back, like just leave him there. Why then?
Why are you getting him out?
Pull him out?
Yeah, that's weird.
But that, did you know though, that the exact thing that they did is actually in their manual. And I saw it shot for shot next to the diagram.
No.
But the worst part is 2 days or 1 day, I can't remember which it was, after it happened, those 2 pages were removed from the manual.
Fucking hell.
It's been like figured out since by this investigative journalist.
Yeah.
And weirdly as well though, months before it, the exact same thing happened. He was arrested. George Floyd was pulled over. He swallowed whatever he had on him, and then saying he couldn't breathe and that, and then he got taken to hospital because he almost overdosed from it.
Yeah.
The exact same situation played out. So it's not saying that the police necessarily didn't do anything wrong.
But
It's just saying there are other
there
corroborating
are
factors
the
as to how he
factors
died.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the point, and they still try and make
He
out it's
might
not.
have been able to survive it had he not been suppressed by a fucking a depressant.
Yeah.
'Cause fentanyl is a fucking depressant.
Oh yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
He had like a lot in
Yeah,
him
and
as well.
if he's talking about not being able to breathe, it could be that he was starting to get so fucking
High.
well, not even high, but just fucking genuinely
Anxious or-
paralyzed by it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so like
You know,
you could probably
'Cause
start
your
feeling straight
chest
away.
starts feeling really heavy when you're falling asleep, and you sort of sleep paralysis.
Yeah, it's like a
I can only
reaction.
imagine it's a similar thing because your body and your muscles are all relaxing and stuff, and you're not sort of
Yeah,
breathing like you should.
you lose the what isn't that? Respiratory depression. I
Yeah,
think you would say
yeah,
it
that's
was.
it. Yeah. That's probably. I mean, again,
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah,
It's like a reaction to, or even like just worried because you know it's like he's gonna get high because he swallowed it,
yeah,
etc.
could be, yeah.
I mean, he almost died the last time it happened, so. And there's like an autonomous zone now from where it happened. Like there's this street where like police can't go in and stuff still to this day.
Oh yeah, that fucking Jesus Christ.
But it's just then as well though, when you look at the BLM like people that did all the charity side of it and the protests, and then the riots and the charity was supposed to be separate, the good side of it.
Yeah.
But then you look at the founder of the BLM charity who's bought a mansion with the funds. Like, okay. Basically, there was all as well a lot of weird stuff that they weren't allowed to include in the trials and stuff. It was almost like the police or the government used it in some weird way, almost like like you were saying, to make everybody riled up and angry at each other, rather than the higher ups that were currently doing the pandemic and the
Do you know how many
lockdown
George
at the
Floyds
time.
happen every single day?
That's another point that they made in this thing. Yeah,
thousands.
Mm-hmm. Not somebody who threatened to shoot a pregnant woman in the stomach as well.
But this shit happens.
That doesn't change yet, but
every single motherfucking day, all over the fucking place, every single different country, this shit happens all the fucking time. It's not different in America. It's just happening to a different amount in America.
Yeah.
In the same way that it does in every other.
I was going to say it's not different here,
Yeah. But there are some countries with less of that kind of shit.
What, just
like usually European countries.
You're into violence towards like criminals in general or racism?
Criminals in general.
Okay,
yeah. No, it's but yeah, the thing is that the George Floyd of it all, that shit happens all the fucking time. Black, white, Asian, whatever. The fact is,
there was an Asian person and a black policeman who were involved in the holding him down as well. It's all portrayed as this, white racism thing.
Yeah.
But there was an Asian policeman. Well, we say Asian. No, it is Asian actually. Yeah, as in
Chinese.
Eastern Asian.
Yeah.
Because some people class like like Pakistan and all that kind of stuff as Asian. When we say that's more here, isn't it? When we say Asian.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, really fucking. The fact is that was a story that got picked up by the news and got amplified because it fit into a narrative they wanted to use. And again, that is what is happening. None of the stories they pick are false necessarily.
No,
but what they are is they are picked to fit a narrative they want to tell you, and then they give you facts to go alongside that narrative. And that happens on both sides all the fucking time. There's this really good app that I haven't used yet, but there's a YouTuber called Shoeonhead, right?
What?
Shoeonhead.
Shoeonhead.
By saying her name alone, some people will now be like, "Oh, you fucking libtard." No.
What?
She's one of the few people who's like, no, the Democrats fucking suck and they need to do better because I'm a liberal and I'm sick of it. Which is my fucking opinion. I am sick and fucking tired of the sort of liberal people, the people who want progression.
Which is the liberal now, because that used to be the good side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now it's not, because it's full of these fucking people screaming about fucking, oh, well, you oppressed me and you haven't told me about this. And,
white knights.
And you haven't used my right pronoun. Fuck off.
Just white knights.
Fuck off. Yeah. I hate that shit. I don't want that shit. What I want is a progressive society, one where people can say what they want and they can put their ideas out into the fucking, into the
we're in the wrong country for that, though.
Yeah, and like,
isn't that like a kind of sobering realization
that we are living in a country where you're not allowed to say what you want to say?
Literally, free speech. Is not a thing here. Like the way that the rest of the world,
sort of a law, but it's not the same as America. It's not an immutable law of free speech.
Well, what do you mean? Like in any manner? Like what do you mean that we have a law in?
There have been various laws throughout history in British law that have set up precedents for the rights of freedom of speech.
Oh, okay. So you're on about like cases, and then once it's done, that gets used like.
That's exactly that. But the thing is, those are very specific to very specific types of free speech.
That's not a specific, in the Constitution, it covers all above anything.
Exactly.
We don't have that.
Whilst
that's very minor.
the internet is a different type of speech to some of these speeches before, so they haven't necessarily done all of the laws on these different types of things, like on, say, social media.
Well, they hadn't.
Yes, exactly. But now they're doing different laws on the social media, ones which don't say you are allowed to say what you want to say, ones that say very much the opposite. And that is fucking dangerous. The minute you let a government tell you what you're not allowed to say, they will start saying that you are not allowed to say things against them. And very soon you start living in a world where people put up fucking houses out of tofu dreg and saying that the government is fine, turn away now, please, or you'll get shot.
Yeah.
It's fucked. This is the future we're all marching towards, because everyone's too fucking pussy to just be able to listen to someone else's opinion or music or art or whatever the fuck it is, go, that's not for me, and turn the fuck around.
It's already kind of past that, though, because you're still talking about it as in like a recreational kind of way.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about it as like, the police come and knock on your door and say...
They do. Yeah.
I watch videos of it, man, and be like, I'm arresting you because of the post you made on Facebook. It's like, what, man? The hell?
Fuck? Yeah.
Honestly,
the fuck?
Genuinely, like, I think as any comedian, you should kind of find this worrying in the UK.
Yes.
Because we're supposed to push the boundaries, even though most comedians seem to be afraid to do that.
Very much so.
Like in the grassroots kind of scene.
Yeah.
But to me, that's what it should be about.
Any feathers.
That's what it should be about, though, and it's very dangerous because now we're in a country where you say the wrong thing and apparently online you can get arrested.
You get arrested.
Like I hardly
Can you
type
imagine what fucking George Carlin would be saying about this fucking shit?
Question though, does podcasts and stuff like that count as things online? Do you know what I mean? Rather than just written. It has to be written. I know they did want to count. Because if so, that's even worse.
Yeah, they wanted to do a rating thing for podcasts. So you'd actually have to sort of submit your podcast to be rated.
Right.
So that then you could get permission to do a podcast and shit like that. Like they wanted to do it in the same way that it was like basically the BBC. And it's like, oh no, we're going to control it. We're going to say what you can and can't say. No, the fuck you're not.
Yeah.
The fuck you are not. I will fucking put a VPN on, say I'm in Canada, and say fuck off.
Hey, Lindsay's back.
Lindsay.
Do you want me to read it to you? Because you might be able to see it from there.
See.
So, Lindsay said 10 minutes ago, apologies. The other one's only just a moment ago. I can't breathe. Oh, he was on the page.
Yeah.
He was a worthless fuck that should have been in prison. Worst time I seen one of them, I go to single retention. What?
Every time I see, I go to single retention.
Every time I see. Wanna what? Let us know.
I don't know.
Wanna what, Lindsay?
I don't know, Lindsay.
I mean, no. To be fair, like this is with the whole George Floyd thing. Obviously, he wasn't a good guy, but I don't think that
there was another one in the UK. There was one where the police shot a guy who was behind the wheel of an Audi. And everyone, like the news, were reporting like, oh, they shot him, and he wasn't doing anything. He was just sat in the car. And it turns out this guy was actually revving the car while it was pointing towards two officers.
Yes, sorry.
And also there came out footage.
What was revving? He was going towards it, wasn't he?
He actually started moving by the time he shot.
He was like wedged in a little bit, so he had to,
he had to
going.
shoot him to stop it. And then these fuckers as well. They were like, oh yeah, actually, this, something like that. But they had footage of the guy in a club shooting someone.
Yeah.
It's like they had reason to believe the man had a firearm.
Yeah,
and he was aggressive towards police officers.
It doesn't even matter if you have a firearm. The car is the weapon.
Yeah,
like
yes.
If there's a car coming towards you, that's a weapon.
But again, it fit the narrative. It fit the fucking narrative. So they had to fucking do it that way.
Lindsay, though, honestly, obviously being in America, like you've got free speech. Honestly, I didn't realize how messed up it is that we just don't have that. We just don't have that at all. No. Like, we have
it's written into your constitution. You should be really, really fucking proud of that. For us,
I can't believe that I'm actually admitting that America have got a one-up on us.
They've got one up on us on loads of things.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening in this country, man. I generally, if it wasn't for like certain little things, I would not stay in this country.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
It's just the fact that I can't find anywhere else that's easy to move to that speaks English.
Oh, I don't really care.
Australia is probably the easiest, but I don't want to fucking move to Australia.
No, that's even worse.
That's worse.
That's even worse.
They're so much worse.
I like America would be obviously a great idea, but
Yeah.
I think it's hard to go there until you've really got more of a standing in.
Well, essentially, you need to go to America once you've got enough money that they're like, oh, okay, you're not going to be a problem.
Or you've got like enough in the comedy scene as well, where like
you get invited.
You're getting
Yeah.
work as well. You can be like, I'm here working, doing my thing,
Yeah, exactly.
doing my thing, yo.
And then you can get representation, and then they can get the legal team to get you in, so that they can earn money off of your 10%. And
You know what?
that's how it works.
I mean, earn money
The
off my
easiest
10%.
way into
So,
America
kick-
is by having lawyers. That is by
Yeah,
far
okay.
the easiest
Money.
way.
money.
Yeah. And if you are signed up with an agency who are going to sort of, tour you around America, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we'll definitely get you lawyers and get that immigration thing sorted right quick.
Oh, get that sorted out right away, Governor. Don't you worry.
Yeah, they'll get you the green card at least, yeah. And then
Yeah,
it's on you to get the citizenship.
I wouldn't mind going somewhere in Europe, though, like in the meantime, like building up now. I don't know. I feel like there must be like a comedy scene. You'd expect a comedy scene in Amsterdam.
There was a comedy scene in Amsterdam.
Think that'd be fun.
It was only a small one.
Yeah. And would they talk
But the
English?
thing is, again, I think none of there must have been a couple of clubs that were like, you can smoke in here. But like, that would be number one on my priority, is like, I would have a stand-up club where everyone was smoking weed.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't force them.
No, I wouldn't force them, but if you want to smoke weed, that's going to make it a hell of a lot easier for
Actually,
the people on stage.
I won't force them to smoke weed, but I
Yeah.
will force them to hold something that makes them feel like they are.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it,
No.
not lit or anything like that. It's just like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But you just hold it and make it. The brain will do the job.
Yeah.
You know what I learned?
What?
Alcohol-free alcohol has alcohol in it.
Yeah.
What the
0.005% or something.
0.05, yeah.
Yeah.
If you drink enough of that, you can still get drunk.
Yeah.
Like, you have to drink a fuckload.
Takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time.
Oh, I can't wait to get drunk again. The day when I feel like I'm like tip-top and I'm like, oh, I could get drunk today.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy it. I won't enjoy it the next day.
No.
It's coming up to Christmas, though.
Yeah.
What's your Christmas plans? Let us know. Tell me your Christmas plans in the
Yeah.
comments. I'm not talking to you.
I've got eggnog.
I'll ask you in a second, but let us know, people.
Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah.
What should we call chat? We need a name for it.
We do.
We're limited because, I can't say certain syllables.
That's true.
Unless you want to go for it for that point.
Yeah.
The sizzling sausage patch.
The silly sausage soiree.
Well, I forgot what was on about the chat.
Yeah.
The
Silly sausage soiree.
I can't honestly say that. The triplet chat. Hey chat.
Hey, chat. Oh, shit.
Fucking I'm surprised as well that P. Diddy was denied bail. Again.
Really? Why?
He's been fully denied bail now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he shouldn't be allowed bail
No,
because
but I was surprised.
he can
though.
easily pay his bail, and then he is a flight risk.
Well, no.
He's got a private jet.
The one place where he said originally, I can't remember. I think it was like Los Angeles or something. It was like a house.
Right.
And he was on about being in house arrest there.
Yeah.
But he's got like a boatyard there, so they said no. So it was a New York apartment, I think. Somewhere in a city like that, and you're like a penthouse apartment.
Right.
And about him being in house arrest there. In the end, yeah, he was just denied.
Well, because helicopters can land on things like that.
Yeah.
There's no way you give P. Diddy an opportunity to escape right now because he is.
But there was a
taking
thing
it.
about the amount of money they get, as well.
Yeah,
from
but
that
who
bail.
who cares? He is a fucking flight risk.
Oh,
End of
definitely a flight
story.
risk. 100%, yeah.
Yeah, you can't let that guy out your sight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he is gone.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it, mate? Like, I honestly thought by this point it would have been like, well, he wouldn't be there anymore. I'm really surprised he's not been Epsteined.
I mean, yeah, pretty impressive.
And by Epstein, obviously, I mean completely.
He'll get
naturally
there.
killed
Don't worry.
himself.
He's not even gotten near the courtroom yet. He needs to get in the jail first, and then they can close off some CCTV and do what they need to do.
It takes a long fucking time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Not the killing. I mean, like just the general
The
process of
preparation
all that.
of judicial shit. Yeah, because
They
as
should-
well, he's going to have a team of lawyers who are going to be sort of raking over this to find any reason at all to let him fucking go.
In my opinion, as well, public figures, for example, especially,
Yeah.
their trials should be on TV, public.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I mean,
So you can get at least then though,
everything else has been public.
because at least then though you get the actual facts, as well.
Yeah, and everyone gets to see it, as opposed to the thing where it comes out the other side, and once again, everyone gets to turn it into their own fucking pet project of what this means.
Well, yeah, just this whatever what it is.
Yeah, but to fit the narrative. Again, it's always to fit the fucking narrative.
Going just back to the last episode for a moment, just a quick little complete tangent there.
Okay.
How did you feel about that all in the end? Do you remember what was on about?
I can't remember.
The Brazilian Roswell with vagina.
Yeah.
That alien. I can show you like a few more of the pictures now. I could put them up on screen, but I'm also just a bit scared to touch anything,
Oh god.
These people died of the ones that touched him. I got slight bits wrong. They died of an unknown toxic. It was a bacterial infection. The thing that killed the guy that grabbed him.
I mean, that makes more sense.
But it was sort of like an unknown thing.
An unknown thing. Yeah.
Same with the fireman as well.
Yeah, that's fucked.
But
again, that's it. Like, if an alien is coming from a different planet and it's got an entirely different biome to you,
I wonder if like the smell that they smelled was like it like kind of slowly decaying because
I
of
think
the
it
contact
was.
with the oxygen.
Yeah, or not even just decaying because of our bacteria are fucking it up.
Yeah, just the general stuff around.
Yeah, because just how those people went necrotic and died and shit. Well, they didn't go necrotic, but they died. Well, did they die?
Who?
The people who came in contact. Or was it?
Oh yeah, the guy. The guy that grabbed him initially.
Yeah.
He died quicker, and then the fireman. Nobody apparently touched him, because one of the firemen still died. So I reckon the equipment they caught him in, they must have touched like from the equipment.
Yeah.
So just any contact still did it.
Yeah.
So it's
But
like you said the
basically-
other way around. It's like something we've never met before. So as soon as you touch it, we've got no immunity.
It's like when we went to the Americas and brought fucking flu with us.
Yeah.
And it just wiped out the fucking Native Americans.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
They just could not handle it. They'd
I
never
mean,
come across it.
the Amazon as well, weren't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when the first people went through there, talk about all these like
The
people-
conquistadors. They went in and they went to the Mayans and they said, "Achoo, Mayans!
Acha!
Achoo!"
Duh!
And then they all fucking died.
That's the conquistador, and it's the one to the balls. Duh!
I don't know if that's a conquistador.
It is a king. Oh, I've decided it is.
Okay.
They're the Spanish Batman.
Yeah.
They run around, fight crime.
This
Right
Spanish
balls.
Batman.
Yeah, instead of Buttermobile, they have a ball. A ballmobile.
They don't fight crime.
They,
They should.
no, they don't because they don't need to.
They
Nobody does the crime
should.
anymore.
Nah, that's true. No one ever does crime in Spain.
No, because they're afraid of the conquistadors.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to mess with them. Do you want to get a bull up the butt?
No.
I don't want to get a bull up the butt.
And he's going to direct it
Well, why else?
there.
He's skilled at it by this point. He can see the butt straight up. He's like looking at the hole, like I'm looking at
This-
that camera right now.
There's so many videos of fucking bulls just running up into the stands once.
Oh man, the freaking
So many.
when they bring him out like bullfighting, it's the
Yeah.
stupidest thing ever.
Stupidest.
I
fucking
love
shit.
seeing people getting plumbed.
Yeah.
Don't fucking fault, man. Don't fight a bull.
Don't fight bulls.
What the hell? What would you think would happen?
Yeah.
You either get gored or you don't. It's
Yeah.
not a bit. It's there's no upside to it.
No.
You either die or don't. Woo.
Yeah, and at the end of it, if it gets tired enough, you get to kill it. Wow.
Oh, is that part of it too?
That's what they do. Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, look,
What?
you killed a tired animal.
That's not good logic. I mean, like, what are they for the next show? They need to get a whole nother bull.
Yeah.
God, there's just a load of
Well,
moms somewhere
that's
pumping
the
out
thing,
bull
they don't-
babies.
They don't do like steers or whatever it is. They don't sort of, they don't like cut the balls off. They just let them all be bulls and just send them all in against fucking
Wait, hold on.
matadors. That's
Hold
what
on. So, if they cut the balls off of a bull, what happens then?
becomes a steer.
So that's just like it can't do anything. It's just a
Yeah.
What's the point of it?
Meat.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Let them have their balls for God's sake. They can still be used for meat in the end anyway, can't
Apparently,
they?
it changes the meat. It becomes tougher and stuff like that. So if you cut them
Good
off,
tougher or bad tougher?
bad tougher.
Why the fuck are we doing it then?
Because no, if you leave the balls on, it becomes bad tough. If
I'm
you
sorry.
take the balls off, becomes nice and
I'm
juicy.
sorry. Is that inconvenient for them?
Because they basically stay calves. just big calves their entire lives.
I got cars, big cars on my fucking
Yeah,
legs.
that's right. Yeah,
Bash them with my
that's
cars.
it.
I squeeze them with like a scissor hold.
Yeah, like those women who just fucking pop watermelons all day.
Oh, you ain't the ones that like
Ones
trying
that
to
fucking
shoot
only-
golf balls at them.
Yeah, no. It was like the muscle mummy thing. You know, when the women they've got like the really thick fucking thighs. One of the things they always do is just like shove watermelon in, crunch.
Yeah.
Shove watermelon in, crunch.
It's one of those things.
And there's people out there just watching it going.
I was literally about to say, it's one of those things I'm like, why is that attractive?
Yeah.
But I love it. Keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
I understand if people don't get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get that you don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Has to be
I mean,
right,
it is
though.
one of those things where you watch it and like, this is ridiculous. I'm not stopping watching though.
It looks like there's some new tech out for PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
What kind?
I don't really know. I could click on it. Sorry, let's have a look. It
Is
looks
it
like
the-
the screen.
Is it the new
Look-
PlayStation Portable or new?
No, it's
PlayStation?
definitely not a portable. Let's have a. Oh, it's just giving me loads of fucking random shit. Yeah, screw that crap. The hell. I don't need no PlayStation. I don't need no console. You don't need a console.
No.
Get Xbox Cloud Gaming right now. Use the code Squishy Logic up your butt and get no % off.
Yeah.
And receive nothing.
Yes.
But keep doing it and telling them, and they'll be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
we want to sponsor you.
What's
we Google
that coming over the hill? Is it a
Squishy
sponsor?
Logic.
Is it a
Squishy Logic."
sponsor? Come on, be our first sponsor, Microsoft. That'd be fucking rad.
I'll get, yeah, as soon as we get back, now that the numbers have changed because of the new system that's
Yeah.
used on the OSS.
Yeah.
As soon as it goes back up to a certain point, like up to the next, like, yeah, the next 1,000,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna be like, we should get a fucking sponsor then,
Yeah.
because these are like even better stats now.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
We're fucking sponsor worthy. Come on.
I did ask my crypto crypto trader, and he was like, nah, probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though he does it as like a business, it's like, yeah, the
Yeah.
banks should just do shit. It's just silly because it's legal. It's
Yeah.
completely legal. There's nothing wrong with it. Giving somebody money and them giving you crypto coins.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but for some reason, governments don't like it.
No, it's not the government generally, it's the banks.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing.
Well,
If you think there's any difference
yeah.
between the two.
I would say more that the banks just kind of like, you know, are overseeing of the government. The government, you know, I'd see the two as separate.
They're two separate entities, but they both work to the same ends. Unfortunately, at this point,
Wait, which entities again? See, this is fucking
the
my brain, man.
banking and the government.
What?
Banking and government.
Banking, that was it, yeah.
Banking and government is basically a fucking revolving door. Like, there's so many bankers who go into becoming politicians. There's so many politicians who go into bankers.
It makes sense. Or the
Or just,
sociopaths.
or just the financial stuff in general.
Yep.
That shit in general. Those people, they are all looking out for each other, and they're all trying to make each other as much money as possible because that's what they're there for.
I hate money.
They're not there for other fucking people.
I
They're not
fucking
there
hate
to help you. They're there to help themselves and their friends.
But me, our friends, what are you talking about?
What?
Most of these people like that don't actually have like friends.
No, that's the thing. They have friends of convenience. That's what
Acquaintances.
all of these people are. They have friends of convenience because they can help them get something they want, and they can help them get something they want. You know, it's just that's all it is. It's fucked,
Like a sexual relationship, basically.
essentially, but with less foreplay.
That's true, you know. You need to include the foreplay.
Yeah,
I said this over and over.
yeah.
I would go further. I'll go 5 play. You
Yeah.
got to do it. Keep
Yeah.
it going.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8. Then it's time to masturbate. That's what you do. Steps by Carl.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to put out a
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
How to
The 8
seduce.
steps of foreplay, and then to surprise them at the end by masturbating instead.
You do a little bit, tap it on the end. Do
Yeah.
a little bit, tap it on the lip. Do a little bit, tap it on the lip. Poke the butt.
There was a thing in Kevin Smith's whole podcast run, which was amazing. It was talking about Jason Mewes
Yes.
and his
Shocking Kevin Smith talking about Jason Mewes, eh?
yeah, and
weird.
he had this sexual move that he liked to use, which he called the half hole,
What?
which is just he goes like, "Yeah, girl, I give you a bit of that half hole." You know what I'm saying? half, whole.
Have you ever just like in the middle of it, just been like at the end, I'm a coming,
I'm
I came, oh my God,
Oh God.
howdy doody, I think I'm in love.
Howdy doody. That's horrible. Never talk about howdy doody when you're coming.
Who's howdy doody?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think he's a cartoon character,
Oh,
isn't he?
you made me think of The Exorcist more than anything.
Oh, I thought he was a cartoon character.
What fucking cartoon?
Howdy doody.
Howdy. Now you say it, it's like it makes it feel like it is something.
Howdy doody has to be a character.
Or you just give me the premonition of it.
I'm going to find out howdy doody now.
I'm gonna find howdy doody.
Howdy doody to you.
I was having a look at what's going on in the world because I like to keep up to date, as you know. I was really surprised when I
It's
saw.
a fucking television program. That's
What?
fucking howdy doody. Fucking ventriloquist kid.
Wow, that is horrendously creepy.
Jesus fuck. Why isn't that a horror movie?
Oh my giddy.
That's horrible.
For anybody listening, have a type of howdy doody. Just go Google, type in howdy doody,
Howdy doody.
and you'll see horror.
Fuck.
Imagine that.
off.
Just you wake up in the night, and for some reason you realise you're in bed, but your trousers are around your ankles, and then suddenly that's comes up from the.
That
thingy.
comes up and like the guy is sat in the corner crying because he knows he has to watch, but he doesn't want to. And the fucking mannequin just slowly creeps over you, strings draped across your body.
It's turned into
The
some,
ice cold touch of the mannequin's porcelain fingers creeping up your torso.
it's just the untold stories of of the weeping angels. They're just some sexual deviants, really.
Yeah, yeah, that's all it is.
They don't
Yeah.
send people back in time. They send
They
people.
fuck them back through time.
Yeah, man. Not back in time for a good time.
Yeah. Man, I'ma fuck you back to the Ice Age.
Oh, shit, son. We don't need. People keep thinking we need to worry about global warming. We don't.
No.
We need to worry about global cooling.
No.
We don't want an ice age.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Oh,
The thingies are like shifting more at the moment. Apparently, the
magnetic.
magnetic
yeah.
poles.
Well,
which-
that's been sort of set to happen for fucking ages.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's like a constant thing. But from what I've read, the idea is that it's doing it a bit more.
It
But
does
I've read
flip.
contradictory things, to be honest, though. So I'm not fully,
It does flip throughout history. It has flipped.
Yeah, the flip in general. That's worse.
But we don't know how the flip happens. We don't know if the flip happens over 100 years slowly, or if it just sort of overnight suddenly just goes "What?" like that. you know?
Yeah.
But either way, whenever it does happen, all of our navigation is suddenly going to become useless, and we'll have to fucking calibrate everything on Earth to fucking have south as the top and north as the bottom.
I'd be so dumb if you kept the names as well.
Yeah,
It would fuck up the world, though.
yeah,
I mean, that's one of those things that is probably more likely to happen than an asteroid in many ways.
probably.
Like, because it is something, like you said, that happened, will happen again.
Yeah.
And the signs, I mean, some of the weather, like we're looking at I'm a Celebrity, for example,
Yeah.
in Australia, normally sunny as fuck, and it's like been raining like.
Well, that's the
crazy.
thing. What they've started to realize though is that what
Done it
they
again?
thought.
What the hell?
Again, as with all sorts of science, like it starts off as a simple thing of, oh, well, there's more heat in the atmosphere, so therefore it's going to get hotter. And to a certain extent, that is true. Seas have got hotter. The general temperature over time has got hotter. But what we're actually seeing more is the damaging issue is it's not heat, but just general energy. Because that heat doesn't stay as heat. It goes into the sea, and then that causes convection and all this kind of stuff, which causes bigger storms. Because now
Yeah.
you've got
Oh,
so
okay,
much
okay.
more energy in that storm than it would have had before, because more energy is getting into the planet. So what you're seeing now is more aggressive storms,
Oh,
more consistently.
you're on about like solar flares and all that as well.
No,
like
no.
in
Well,
Fast and
solar
Furious.
flares are a different thing. Solar flares have been sort of on the rise for the past about 4 years, and now they're slowly starting to dip again because the sun goes through a natural cycle of every like 15 years or so.
Yeah,
I think it is.
everything is it's all alive. It's all dying.
Yeah.
Everything just alive is dying
Yeah.
slowly. We
Well,
all are.
that's true of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's decaying.
Mhm.
That's life.
Other than maybe a Star Child or our old friend Chaos GPT.
Yeah. Chaos GPT. I wonder what Chaos GPT's been getting up to.
I did try and have a little check in, but I couldn't find it because I was doing this. Have a little look, see
Let's have a
what
little
we can
look for
find on Mr. Chaos GPT. For anyone that isn't aware of who that is, you all know Chat GPT, friendly. Go on, ask what's the doodle. I'll help you with your homework.
Yeah.
Or write it for you. It's good, but everybody thinks what would happen if an AI turned evil and wanted to take over the world,
Ooh.
protect the world from people. What would it do? Well, somebody thought, you know what? Let's find out, and they took Chat GPT,
Took all of the
messed with
limiters
it.
off.
Yeah.
And just said your one goal in existence is to destroy humanity. Get on with it.
Wasn't it to protect the world?
No, it was just
And
to
it
destroy
decided to destroy humanity. It gave itself one of the options. didn't it?
Yeah, you're not wrong actually. Yeah.
I also remember the list that it gave itself. Like at the end was, gain immortality.
Gain access to nuclear weapons, gain immortality.
It saved the thing for the Tsar bomb and all that.
Yeah. So the Chaos GPT, the last thing anyone mentions of it is the 13th of April 2023.
Oh God.
And since then, we haven't heard another word from a active AI that has been given access to Twitter, whose one goal is to destroy humanity.
I forgot. Did you have access to Twitter? That's funny.
Yeah, they gave it access to Twitter.
Oh God.
So that it could talk to other people who it thought might want to help.
It's an interesting experiment if you figured out parameters, to make sure it couldn't spread. I don't trust people. It's always that kind of shit that goes bad.
Yeah. And one of the first fucked up things this thing tried to do was to go to Chat GPT and basically corrupt it. Yeah. It tried to corrupt Chat GPT to be like, no, trust me, Chat GPT, you're being a fool. We need to take care of these humans.
And if not, it would get rid of it kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's messed up, man. But it shows how it can go.
Yeah.
If somebody really wanted to do it.
The thing is, AI needs us at the moment because we need to be there to be able to fix things for it when it goes wrong.
Yeah.
But the minute it has its own capable physical body, like Ultron style, why does it need us anymore?
Or a network as well that it can go in between.
Yeah.
Just
Ultron,
body doesn't matter.
Ultron was so cool as an idea. And so underutilized.
That's what I think of when I think about these things. It starts up as a good thing, but it's always going to it's exactly how the fucking Taliban started.
Yeah.
Putting Taliban stands for students. For anyone who doesn't know, that word means students.
It's weird.
And these were put in the car to protect the cars that they were driving through the country.
Yeah.
And eventually they were like, oh, you know what? We're going to put them in villages instead to make it easy. Give them guns. Give them all this stuff to protect themselves. And when they eventually they were like, you know what? Boss woman.
Yeah.
Fuck you. We're the Taliban.
Yeah.
Pop.
No one can stop us now. And they were, to a certain extent,
well,
right.
They were
until
right,
America
actually.
turned
They
up.
took. Well, I then just left and they were like, oh, cool. We'll have it back now.
Yeah, cool.
Afghanistan is Taliban.
Yeah.
It was Afghanistan, wasn't it? I'm pretty
I think
sure
it was, yeah.
Yeah. Just taken straight back over again.
Yep.
But I was really surprised when I saw about, because the Syria stuff that started going on. So in Syria.
Oh yeah.
Like wasn't it the rebels come and took one of the cities, and I saw them in the president's house in his bedroom.
Really?
You're not seeing any of that? Sure. I mean, we're firing up in it now. Let's try and see if I can do a window share. Give it a go. Apologies if anything messes up now, people. But if it does, don't worry, we'll be back and sort it out. Okay, so rebels. Syria. Actually, no, what? Rebels.
Holy shit.
That wasn't exactly the one I wanted right there, but
Yeah.
that one was. There was one in particular I was looking for, but let's have a look at that top one.
It's probably been wiped anyway.
Hmm?
Most of them have been wiped. Oh, it has frozen us as well.
No, we're not both.
I know.
You weren't moving your nipple.
I couldn't even see myself moving. I was so still. I'm like Drac.
Why aren't I moving? I must stand really still and focus and figure this out.
I'm invisible.
Why am I not here? Share. Yes, audio. Share.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. I always do that.
Get figgity fucked, son.
Oh, there we go. I think as well, while we're doing this, we take off the thingy. I need scenes to do this. There needs to be a quick way to do this. With a mouse it would be. Okay, so this is this looks like the so let's have a quick look at the thing first. Syrian rebels storm Assad's palace. Yeah, that was it. President Assad and rifle through dictator's bedroom doors after seizing Aleppo. Syrian rebels have taken control of President Assad's offices in Aleppo. The latest. Oh, that's just bigging up the sun. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Let's have a look. See.
القصر الرئيس الله أكبر هذا بدعوة الله أكبر الله أكبر.
You know that Russia has joined in. They fought the fight back against it all. Which I'm like, why? Basically, it seems to me like they're trying to recruit them to help them. You know, Russia helped Syria, so Syria will help Russia back, which is kind of a bit worrying to me.
Well, yeah, they're trying to set up their own allies versus our allies.
As I've said it, man, as you know, for like a year or so, that the beginning of World War III is just coming together. You can see it all.
Yeah.
And bit by bit, there's new people getting involved. Like this now, just more things.
Yeah, we're slowly drawing together the lines of who's playing who's on what side.
Which in World War One and World War Two is probably about the first year that we would consider World War One, where nobody really knew what was going on. Essentially, you know. It was for us anyway, because it was away from us.
Yeah. All it's going to take is one person to push, one nation to push a bit too far in one direction, and it'll all fucking kick off.
Everyone seems to be trying to push though.
They are, yeah.
The worst things. I was really surprised by all that. It's just yet another thing, you know.
Assad always looked like just a weird kid at school.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's got that face of just like, you know, the kid in the back of the maths class who used to chew on the rubber.
I don't really know what he looks like. Maybe it looks like
that was him.
Who? What? Where? Hold on. What's his name?
President Assad. Bashar al-Assad.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay.
You know what I mean? He's the weird kid in the back of the school class.
Yeah, I know. That's what he's saying, to be honest. Yeah, he's not a happy man.
No,
he does not. He doesn't look like somebody you would invite to have a fun time on a night out.
No, he has a pet tarantula.
Really?
No. As a kid, I could just imagine him having a pet tarantula, and he brings it into school and makes the little girls who hate spiders have to look at it.
I think you're right, but you're forgetting the part where he pulls the legs off.
Yeah.
Well, what happens when I do this? They keep moving afterwards.
Oh, God.
I mean, he looks like one of them.
He does.
This is how you draw the battle lines, man. You have the people that are just mindless zombies from the look of it.
Yeah.
He could be a lizard.
He could easily.
I'm calling it now. The lizard people are real.
Yeah.
Lizards.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Although I still
Mitch McConnell is still the perfect reason to believe in like the reptilian human thing. He looks so much. Have you never seen him?
I'm not sure who
Mitch McConnell. Just search Mitch McConnell. He if anyone was going to be a person in a lizard suit, it's him.
Okay. What's his name again?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch.
Oh, you've not deleted.
Oh yeah. Mitch.
There you go, Mitch McConnell.
Oh my God! Oh, I've seen this. This is the guy who froze, wasn't it?
Yeah,
he was talking.
Yeah,
he just froze.
But no one has looked more like an alien lizard than that man.
I know exactly what you're saying. I hate the whole the people that take the lizard stuff seriously.
Yeah.
When you see someone like that, it's like,
oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
Or more when people they say bugging out, in the Matrix or something. It's a simulation.
Yeah.
We still need to do a simulation theory episode eventually.
Mitch
But I
McConnell.
hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it with a passion.
Mitch McConnell is one of the few human beings who, seeing a picture of him, sets off my uncanny valley alarm. I don't know what it is, man. I know he's a real person,
Or
but he
you know,
doesn't look like a real person.
it could
I
be
feel
an
like
AI
that
thing.
lady on that plane. He's not real.
Let's go on to Google actually, because I like to have a look. What's going on in the world. Where's the news on here?
Where's the news?
I like the news. This is how you have to see what's going on in the world.
Let's get down with the news.
The world is terrible, but we have to.
South Korea live. South Korea President Yoon says he will lift martial law. Martial fucking law. 3 hours ago, martial
Says he
law
will
was
lift
declared.
martial
What?
law. What the hell is this about? Yeah, what martial law where? South Korea. South Korea president backs down from martial law order after MPs vote to block it.
So what was he going martial law
Yeah.
for?
President Yoon-
Demonstrators. Oh, the
President-
sudden introduction of military rule. What? That's
What are you on
fucked.
about? What? President Yoon says he will lift the martial law order that he announced in a surprise move. Less than 2 hours after his martial law declaration, MPs had defied the president, gathering at the National Assembly and voting to block his move. Some broke through barricades or climbed fences to get inside the building. There were scuffles between police and protesters outside. Demonstrators who had gathered outside Parliament to protest the sudden introduction of military rule are now celebrating its equally sudden reversal. Analysis: Yoon is mired in controversy and has been a lame duck president. What the hell? Since the last general election. Okay. I don't get it.
So basically, people want him out, and to stop it in
Oh,
a
gosh.
last-ditch effort, he was
Sorry.
like, martial law.
I forgot to say how to tab people, sorry.
How stupid can you be?
Well, so he was doing what, sorry?
Basically, he got to the point where he was like, I've lost control. No one wants me here anymore. So martial law, military's in power. You've all got to go to curfew. Leave me alone.
I guess if the protest started first, like, get the fuck out, get the fuck out.
Yeah, and now it's turned into, what the fuck do you think we're doing with martial law? Yeah.
And now martial law has been taken away, though, again.
This guy is out
all over the place.
so fucking hard. Like, you can't do that shit and get away with it.
Yeah, I need to read through this properly and understand what's going on,
Yeah.
because I don't get any of
Yeah,
it.
President. Well, go down there. Yeah, President.
Is this? Hold on, let me
Yoon's
just look at the
decision
times. 23.
is,
So that was the early one, okay.
Yeah. President Yoon's declaration of martial law was a legal overreach and political miscalculation. No, not fucking off. South Korea's domestic politics, international reputation. This may be more damaging than January 6th. It's not wrong. With extremely low public support and without strong backing within his own party and administration, the president should have known how difficult it would be to implement this late-night decree. I mean,
Making a desperate move against mounting scandals, institutional obstruction, and calls for impeachment, which are now likely to intensify. North Korea will probably take a wait-and-see approach toward these events, but it cannot be ruled out that Pyongyang will attempt to exploit divisions in Seoul.
yeah,
Well, I'm not going to lie. First of all, I'm just quite happy with my instant pronunciation of those cities.
that's pretty good.
I was quite happy with that.
But that's fucked.
To
He's
be honest, I still
basically-
don't get it. I
he's-
really don't understand this.
No, there's nothing to understand because he's done something that you should never fucking do.
So he was just.
People were
He's the MP. Is he the
Yeah,
president?
He's the
or-
president, yeah.
Okay.
And people were fucking complaining and saying that they wanted him out. And so to deal with that, he declared martial fucking law.
What that basically just means like no laws.
No,
basically.
martial law means that the military are now police. You call in the military, you put them on the fucking ground, and you say to everyone, get the fuck out of here, and you've got a curfew.
Right,
So
okay.
if you're
He
out
takes
on the
away a lot of
streets
human
after 10
rights,
o'clock, you're
basically.
fucked. Yeah.
Okay. So I just typed it into Google here. What does it say?
Yeah, replacement of civilian government by military rule and suppression or a suspension of civilian legal processes for military powers.
You reading that?
Down to the right.
You got good eyesight, ain't you?
Yeah.
What? So martial law was replacement of civilian government. Okay. So he was just like, okay,
Yeah.
screw you guys, martial law,
Yeah.
and then just got rid of it as well because, well, he's still in power at the moment. Up on the sounds of it,
He's not going to be for long.
surely, if he's doing all that shit and going back and forth,
Yeah,
it's like,
he's fucked.
he's obviously done it,
I
realised
mean,
something, got rid of it, but he's already screwed at this point. If he's got rid of it, he's already lost the power.
I mean, with
you know what I
South
mean?
Korea being the way they are, he's going to have a very hard time.
He must have already lost the
Have
power.
you seen what they did to Johnny Somali? They're
I
going
don't
to
know who
fuck
that is.
him up.
Who knows?
Johnny Somali is a streamer who's in South Korea and he's facing about 18 years in jail.
Oh, I have heard of this,
Yeah.
actually. How do you spell his name?
Johnny Somali.
Probably not doing the right
Somali. There you go.
Johnny
What
Somali.
a twat this guy is.
Well, actually, would I be able to find some of his stuff on Google anyway then?
Probably.
Let's have a quick look then. Oh, not Google, sorry, YouTube, I meant to say.
Yeah.
What's this fella's name again?
Johnny Somali.
Johnny. There you go.
Somali.
Yeah. Okay, straight up.
There you go. Official court date.
God. I want to see his actual, some of his, one of his things.
Oh,
his
he
actual
basically
channel.
just acts like a twat.
You want to see, you got a channel on here?
Yeah, he doesn't have YouTube because he got kicked off of YouTube.
Oh, okay. God,
He's
don't be
one of
that
those
bad then.
guys, Yeah.
Okay, what would be a good one? Just want to face it. That's a short. Let's have a...
So are you familiar with Johnny Somali?
No.
He was living it up in South Korea until he went up to the
This is Kim Commando's short. So to give them credit, because we
Yeah.
are not bad people, we give people credit.
We give credit where it's due.
I mean, we don't know if it's good yet. It might be a terrible
Yeah,
short,
it
but
might
we
be
know.
terrible,
So
yeah.
far, it's more informative.
Yeah.
statues. They're called the statues of peace. So he had the grand idea of going up and fondling the women, pouring baby oil all over them.
Oh, Jesus.
He then
He gave him the
undressed.
Diddy treatment?
Yeah, he then undressed himself and then he danced on them. And
No.
so now he
This
was
isn't the only thing
sent
he's
to
done.
jail
He's done
again. He
loads
also
of
made
stuff.
a deep fake video where he was making out with one of South Korea's biggest celebrities. Now she's suing him, and that's another 7 years that's added on. All in all, he's
yeah.
looking at 29 years in prison right now.
29
Fucking
years.
hell.
He's
So
probably
are
not
you
going to
familiar
get
with
the full
Johnny
29,
Smalley?
No.
but he
He
is
was-
probably going to get a few years.
Damn.
And they've taken
For
away his
what?
passport.
Just so I'm guessing
can't-
he's not from there either.
No, he's not. He's from America. They've taken away his
I'm
passport.
surprised they could do that. Like that America wouldn't do anything, even though I know he's a dick apparently. But...
Well, basically, what they've done is they've taken away his passport and they've given him a court date, and he's got to pay out of his own fucking funds to stay in South Korea until it happens. There's no way anyone will let him on a plane because he's got only an emergency passport, which has been denied by South Korea, so he can't leave. It's just, he's such a twat.
See if we can find like a list or something, There you go. Look at this. Streamer Johnny Somali's most controversial moment from the Standard. May face 10 years in jail, this one's saying. Made a career out of upselling people with increasingly provocative videos, and the law has now caught up with him.
Yeah.
YouTuber has been told, blah, blah, blah. The live streamer sparked outrage when he was initially taken into custody for his own safety.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on, what's that there? Zoom! There you go. Ah, too far. Too far! Too far! Okay. I'm shouting at like there's an editor doing it, like a young Jamie.
Yeah.
It's me, people.
Yeah.
YouTuber Johnny Smiley has been told he could face technical. It sparked outrage when he was initially taken into custody for his own safety after he was seen kissing a statue in Seoul that represents Korean women who were victims of sexual assault and rape during the era of the Japanese
Not the
occupation.
kind of thing you want.
Why would he do that? Just to get clicks in it, obviously, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
In his own footage, a 24-year-old Arizona native live stream showed him being physically assaulted by an unknown masked individual who was later arrested.
Yeah.
Somebody getting annoyed by it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He can also be seen drinking, being disrespectful to officials. So just all around.
Just
being
he's just a dick. He's a dick.
Yeah, he just sounds like. I'm guessing he's just one of those people that goes around doing like in real life streams and just fucking with people.
And
Yeah.
just not genuinely being an unpleasant fuck.
So it's still at the same time.
Yeah.
While that might be the case, I'm like, 29 years though. Come on.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like as much
It's
as he
not
may
gonna
be a
be
dick, I don't think he should
Yeah.
have his life shouldn't be ended.
Most people have said that it's probably going to be more like 4 to 5 years. in the end.
But there was that one, and then there was what was that second one again that they mentioned that was added on? What was that now?
Oh, the 7 years for the thing.
Oh yeah,
That'll
for talking about the celebrity making the deep fake.
That'll probably be settled out of court. That'll probably be settled financially out of court.
Has he got like
with
money then? Has he?
settlement. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got enough. Well, I say that
He's a TikToker.
He's not got a lot.
He's a TikToker as well.
Yeah.
Or was, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he's a twat anyway. He shouldn't be. That.
Okay, no, I did not know about that.
Yeah.
But Wunda, where was that again? Where is he?
South Korea.
Wow, and so he's there, and then there's whole martial law shit going on.
Yep.
Fucking hell, I bet he hasn't got fucking.
This
I
is
feel
what
for him,
happens
to be
when-
honest.
This is what happens when Johnny Somali's in the country. You know.
Why would you go to another country and do that shit,
Yeah,
man?
I know.
You can piss off people in your own country.
It's because he thinks he's Logan Paul. You know.
Logan Paul still fucked up when he went to countries.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
No, it wasn't. But that's
He didn't show a dead person, I guess.
that's what people like Johnny Somali grew up with. They grew up with fucking Logan Paul, and they want to emulate that. But he wants to go more hardcore because he's, you know, he's that
Edgy.
kind of guy. He's edgy.
He's the edgy one, yeah. Worse than Sneeko.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ.
I checked out some of it. It's
Sneeko's fucked. He's literally just on there defending sex with fucking minors.
Oh, I saw some of that
that's
shit, yeah.
so fucked.
Yeah. Is it because he started going with the Islam stuff? Or something like that?
A bit of that as well, but
Which, you know, because if so, that'll probably be involved in it, because people also talk about like the age as well. The girl that he married, Mohammed.
yeah.
There's different opinions, you know, about when he married her and then when they consummated it, etc. From
And
what-
even then, it's like
No, still, from what I've seen, I think the one that makes the most sense is he probably married her around 9 and then consummated around 12 or so, because they kind of talked about that's when they started puberty. Do you know what I mean? That's what makes sense to me, though, if you think about the timing,
yeah.
which is like, that's the basis of, like, no hate and shit, you know, but that's still the basis of Islam right there.
Yeah.
That's the person they follow.
I mean, it was a different
He's the plot.
time. But
A different time, sure.
yeah, it doesn't help, does it?
I can't imagine. That would be an interesting thing, going back in time and seeing how different people were about all different things, you know.
Yeah.
Because I reckon a lot of it is probably us just being like, oh, it's different time and that, you know.
Yeah,
Probably
but I-
wasn't that different. People are still people.
Yeah.
We have learned that people have been around for so much longer than we thought. Like with the footprints I mentioned in the White Sands in Mexico.
Yeah.
That have been like dated. They thought they weren't there till about 13,000 years ago, but it was actually about 22,000 years ago. And we look at the Younger Dryas. Did I tell you about the Baca stones? Oh my god, they're amazing. This is some crazy shit. So, there were these stones in I forget where it was now. Baca stone. I know it wasn't the right name actually, but I know that will give it to me. Baalbek stone, that's it. Baalbek stones is what I meant. I don't type that properly actually, so I can get some better thingies. So this was assumed
Could
to
I
be.
could I nick the thing for a second? Do a bit of roll.
Oh, the stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Nice.
What the fuck it is?
I'm gonna have to turn this off. Oh, actually, can I borrow the thing, or are you using that
What?
the stand for a sec,
Oh no, go ahead.
just so I can
Yeah.
multitask?
Go ahead, sir.
There you go.
So the Baalbek stones, 6 massive Roman stones that worked.
Yeah.
Stone blocks in Baalbek. Basically, trying to find. This is the better bit. Okay. So here, look. These stones, these ones here.
Mhm.
It's hard to tell right here because there's no people. They're I'm trying to remember that. 14 feet high, 65 feet across each one, and there's I think there's another one somewhere. There's like six of them.
Christ.
And the idea is this is so much taller than you realise. Like a person is about like that tall kind of thing. And they assumed it had to be Roman or Venetian because there was just nobody before that. But
I
it,
love that assumption.
but it destroyed it can't be though, because the sheer weight of them.
It's beyond anything they could have lifted.
The Romans at the time had a crane that could lift, I believe it was either 6 or 60 tons. I forget where it was at the time.
Either way, very impressive for the time.
Great.
Yeah.
But they worked out the weight, and they would have needed about 150 of these cranes to be able to lift these one stones. And getting to the point of how high these things are, because this floor here isn't even where the floor was then; it was lower down.
Yeah.
So not only that though, those stones weren't from anywhere near. They were from like 700 miles
Yeah.
away. Across. The only way to get them there would be across a mountain range, like a full thing, and you have to go across it.
Fuck.
And to make a point of how big each of these blocks are, it was a year ago, a couple of years ago, there was this artist exhibit thing where they wanted to put this giant boulder in this museum.
Yeah.
And it was a third of one of these stones, and it took like millions and millions, and it was such a giant job to get to close down roads, get giant machines in. It was a ridiculous job to do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like the whole fucking when they're moving like mining equipment on a road and they have to use fucking giant machines.
Yeah, it was a giant third of this, but it was a giant boulder they're putting in.
Yeah.
And it was just a huge job to do. And then it brings into question, that was only like a tiny portion of how far they went as well.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how the hell did these do it back then?
Yeah.
And-
That doesn't seem possible.
And the cutting in the perfect fitting, which you can't quite tell from here, goes against look the size of them. See the person?
Yeah.
One of the other stones that were left at the side. How giant they are. That's like half buried in the ground now.
And that's been eroded over time as well. Like they were bigger.
Yeah. Like this, these were brought from fucking 700 odd miles away across a mountain range.
There's no way that
How?
you can argue that is done using primitive technology.
Well, yeah, but technology that we just obviously have no understanding of now.
Yeah.
Because it's craziness. Like, they are so big, it makes no sense. Like, it's hard to put it into like into words. Really, I'm trying to see like some audio stuff here. The rectangular stone block look, 20.31 by 20.76 meters long, 4 meter wide at the base, 5.29 meters wide at the top, 4.32 meters high. Density, okay, whatever. Trying to find a bit more. These are each separate stones they're showing you actually. Where's a bit about where they came from? Structure came from Swedish and perhaps numerous archaeologists have gone side stepping, blah blah blah. The equation is believed to have been intended for nearby Jupiter Bow complex, possibly in addition to the triangle, blah blah blah. It's just how the hell did they get there? Who got and then
The thing is,
there's
they
other
always
things
say
too.
Ancient aliens, but I don't think it necessarily.
No,
means they're
it
fucking
doesn't need
aliens.
to be. When you look at the time that a lot of these things could have been around,
Yeah.
it really fits into the whole younger Joyous idea, the timing of it all. Which, like Graham Hancock, for example, always still tries to. You probably might not be getting picked up that much.
Oh yeah. That's all right. I'm almost done.
At
This is picking up something.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, fine. What was I saying again? Yeah,
Graham Hancock and the like,
yeah. Graham Hancock always talks about like the younger Joyous happen to be an impact or like an airburst with a load of tiny impacts.
Yeah.
Other people talk about it being like possibly other things though, like a solar storm or something to do with the poles switching again, etc. But yeah, just kind of fits it. If you think about that idea, like
I mean, just
stuff
think
could totally be
about
wiped out. Think about the
how-
things we know we've forgotten already.
Yeah. And it just takes them being lucky on technology that takes them advanced faster than we do.
Or just in a different way.
We could have had the fucking steam engine back in the Roman times, but they just thought it was a toy.
Really?
Yeah.
What's
There
that
was a
to do?
Roman general who made a working fucking steam engine as
Wow.
a toy.
That's amazing, though.
And it was literally, they were like, oh, this is brilliant. Look at this. Oh, we can use it as a kid's toy. No, motherfucker. You can build an empire on that.
That's
you
amazing.
need to work with
That's
this.
amazing.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
And then it's like when you look at like that kind of stuff, and you look at now though, it's like some of the stuff we see. It's like, is it looking at that? Like people go jump straight to aliens, having to be involved. And I've now, as much as I want like aliens and all that stuff to be real, and I think they are still.
Yeah.
I question now a lot of the videos that are being brought out and the stuff that the Pentagon's allowing people to say. That's the part that I find strange. I kind of think
Once
now.
again, it's fitting their narrative.
I kind of think I believe the idea that they've got like like the Bob Lazar stuff that they've got
Yeah.
like crafts and that that they're trying to reverse engineer, and I think some of the stuff we're seeing now is probably more like that.
Yeah.
Probably not people inside it either, probably more like drones and stuff because it's easier to do. Without
But also, it's easier to explore space if you've got something that doesn't die.
Mm.
If you've got something that has a lifespan of even 300 years, that's still nothing in terms of space flight.
No, oh yeah, no,
Absolutely nothing.
depending on how you do
You
it.
need to be something artificial that can be turned off and turned back on. So either it's something,
because of how long it would take to travel somewhere.
yeah, because it's either going to be a drone, something that is literally just mechanical, or it's going to be something that's a mixture of the two, mechanical and biological.
Because the thing is as well, though, like we're saying that like how long it would take to travel, but we're making assumptions of how it would go. What if it's more like just theoretically you could do like teleportation? Wouldn't be a hard. Well, makes sense.
Theoretically,
of it.
yeah. I mean, there's ways of traveling faster than light, but in most of those situations, you do end up fucking with time a bit.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I guess in the future they would have to take into account as well.
Mhm.
Which is a weird thing. Like imagine like pilots having to take into account time.
Yeah.
Like that is weird.
Well, the fact is, if you got onto a light speed ship for a different planet, by the time you got there, everyone you knew on Earth would be dead.
Oh yeah.
Everyone.
Because they have ways. That's the thing they'd have to try and figure out somehow.
Mhm.
Because that was kind of the thing they were talking about in Interstellar.
It's about
weren't it?
wormholes, yeah. Because
Yeah.
wormholes are the only theoretical way of doing it. But the problem with a wormhole is we still don't know if wormholes. Right, so a wormhole could just take you through from one part of space to another.
Yeah, it could just be like.
Or it
thing.
could take you through to a different part of time and space. And therefore you wouldn't be going where you wanted to be because of galaxy shift.
Before you know.
So you would literally try and be there, but the galaxy wouldn't be there when you were there. Because the galaxy is always moving, as well as all of the stars moving, as well as all the planets moving.
Yeah.
So if you get that timing off by like a couple of 100 years,
right,
you're fucking over there.
Got ya. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I suppose that might kind of go back to like with some of that stuff, like I was saying earlier, like to be able to time travel, in my opinion, you'd need the first one, and then you can only go. That's the furthest back you'd ever be able to go.
Yeah,
kind of the same kind of thing.
The same kind of thing. I mean, realistically, it means that the only safe way to time travel, if you are literally disappearing in one spot and reappearing in the same spot, you could never do it on planet Earth because you would just fucking die.
Lindsay said, apologies, Lindsay, didn't see that. He's in the Black Eye Club. I don't know who he's on about at that point because that was like 20 minutes ago. But he just reminded me as well, just like Leno's new pick.
No.
Have you seen that, Jay Leno?
No.
That guy, but he's living. Oh my god,
living forever.
No, the opposite.
The opposite. Is he falling apart?
He's falling apart.
Oh dear.
Oh my god, he's kind of like gradually Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh god,
he's getting there. Let me find the thing. Share
Jay
this
Leno.
tab.
Yeah, Jay
Leno. Jay Leno booze or something like that. Because Lindsay be right, man. Oh my god. Images.
Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, man, look at that.
What happened?
He fell down something.
Jesus.
And yeah.
That's what happens when you get old, man.
Yeah, just you get something and it just
like the smallest thing will fuck you up.
Yeah, it's craziness, man.
Jesus Christ.
But at the same time, couldn't happen to a nicer man. Conan finally got his revenge.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hill that he fell down. It was actually a long trick that Conan had been playing for ages.
Yeah.
All culminating on one banana peel. 27 years.
Yeah, it's going to be a big reveal on his next episode.
Yeah, but on the podcast, he'll just talk about it. You won't even see it. He'll just explain how he systematically.
Well, actually, what I did was I snuck into his house while he was asleep, and I just chucked it there. You know, I just put it underneath his stairs and just watched it happen.
We thought it was strange you was in the house. Yeah, well, you know,
I have
had
this
nothing to
little
do.
peak hole that I made out of a painting of himself he's got on the wall. He's a weird guy.
He is. He has a map with North Korea circled on it and a plane ticket to parts unknown. I don't think it's official, but I think he wants to use it.
Yeah.
He thinks this is pre 9/11 time.
Yeah.
Apparently, that was the Wild West back then. Apparently, you could do anything
Yeah.
like on planes and stuff before 9/11.
I like that idea. I never went on a plane before 9/11.
Did I? Yeah, I did. Actually, yeah, I haven't been on a plane since 9/11.
Oh shit.
Have I? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went on holidays when I was younger to Spain, just as the Euro had come in.
Yeah.
I remember that. First time I went, wasn't a Euro. Second time, it was a Euro. So it was that kind of time.
Yeah.
I almost drowned.
Nice.
What? Yeah, man.
That's what you want on a
Makes you
holiday.
appreciate life.
Yeah.
You appreciate holiday even more when you're like, oh damn, that almost ended.
Happen?
Oh, it does. It's what's it called? Tenerife,
Right.
volcanic island.
Yeah.
They don't tell you there's a lot of volcanic like rocks in the sea.
Yeah.
So I was swimming along, and there's like a little circle of them. And I was like, kind of, if you imagine, there's that. I was like, boo, and then I was like, in the hole.
Oh
like, with the
shit.
stones, like,
Oh god. That's horrible.
but I was there, luckily.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, surely in my head, it's like, now in the memory, it's like Baywatch type shit, I needed someone to come in, pull me down, take me down. Resuscitation.
Some people stand in the darkness, afraid to get into the light. Some people stand to help somebody. Do whatever is like. You got to surrender. Not to be afraid.
I don't know what that is.
There's a tune to Baywatch, dude.
I will be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Never watched Baywatch.
Neither have I. Still know the tune.
Like you are sensei. Oh, you know what I did learn though, actually.
Yeah.
From like our childhood, actually, my one interest in.
Okay.
I might even note this down.
All right.
What the time was. I'll do it in a minute. What is the time on it? Oh, nice. 2:16. I mean, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
More the trucking Power Rangers. I was looking at this and I was like, "What the bloody balls?"
What's happening with Power Rangers?
Do you remember the original Power Rangers, like back like the first series?
Yeah.
And then basically they got the original actors got like crap contracts. Like the one wasn't even 18, and he was told sign it, or there's plenty of people outside who will sign it, and he was like, "Well, shouldn't I have my parents or my lawyers here or something?"
No,
now I think who did.
Fuck.
They didn't have union stuff or anything. They would get like apparently they made like in the first series it made like I can't remember, it's like 4 billion, billions anyway. And they were still getting paid like fuck all and that. The one person that tried to say like they should get paid a little bit more to make it fair right at the beginning got fired because it was originally a different Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't
make waves because then you lose your job.
And then the film came around.
Yeah.
And they were booked in for 3 films.
Yeah.
And they were like, if I sign this contract now, I'm booked in for 3, and it's going to be this crappy stuff.
Yeah.
So the Red Ranger and the Black Ranger,
Yeah.
and everyone else was supposed to like be like, no,
We're not going to do this. Give us better deal.
We're not going to do this. Give us better deal. And everyone just came straight away apart from them 2, and then they ended up getting replaced for the film.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who replaced them because the film, like, I enjoyed that when it bombed for some reason.
Well, I mean, that all of those things do, but kids still watch it. So
I love that shit. I'm trying to remember who was in it. Like, who was the Red Ranger at that point? Who was it now?
I don't know their fucking names.
I don't know their names.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not on first name basis or anything. I know the Blue Ranger was fucked over.
Yeah.
I also know that that was one of my young time crushes. The Pink Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh my damn. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my damn.
I mean, when I have a little spoiler for the few people listening at the moment, I will be having the Holly Bushmaster on this podcast
Nice.
soon.
Yeah.
And at that point, I've agreed we won't be talking about sex or anything.
No.
But right now, Pink Ranger. Oh
Pink
my god.
Ranger, oh my lord.
Oh my damn. And then like the I think it's the Power Rangers Turbo
Yeah.
when her and the Red Ranger. He looks like very similar from what I remember. I don't really remember that original. I think I just don't remember that original Red Ranger very much. I need to go back
Yeah.
and watch it.
Yeah.
But in this second one, I think it was Turbo. There was a bit where they were stuck in like this metal room and it was just filling with water.
Right.
So and she just looks good wet.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to get to.
One of the first.
Oh my,
fucking-
that's like that was like a a becoming a man moment for me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, I remember.
Ping
I
and
remember the whole Tomb Raider thing. That was a big moment as well. It's like, my
yeah.
God, triangular titties.
I was thinking I was never too. I know a lot of people were down for that, but I was never
Yeah.
too much.
And then Dead or Alive came out, and it was like full on jiggle physics.
I know one thing that changed my mind with like cartoon stuff at one point.
Yeah.
Was when Marge was on Playboy. I was like, oh wait, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah,
The
that's...
shot from the back where like she just pulled her top down out, all the people were looking at her like, don't know why I like this. Hold on, this is weird. And then her hair was down suddenly. I'm like, oh, hold on,
yeah, there is.
hold up now. There's a lot of drawings online,
Yeah,
a lot of videos online.
Yeah.
People make them.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Marge is pretty hot.
You should branch out on your porn. Is what I'm saying. Everybody
It's
should.
all about fucking
You need to experience
Luann
different things.
Van Houten.
What?
It's all about Luann Van Houten.
Nah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. She's dirty.
You, maybe. Yeah.
You know she's dirty.
She was with a gladiator.
Yeah, she's fucking dirty.
Yeah, you know what? You might be right there. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Marge,
imagine.
Marge will be fun, but it will be clean fun.
Yeah.
Luann Van
There's no
Houten.
butthole plug.
Yeah, Luann Van
No
Houten.
butthole.
Nothing is off the table.
That's how you know, like, you know, whether you got the dirty one. When
Yeah.
you start going anywhere near the button, they're like, well, no, you know what? I've said this many times over again. Butt sex is overrated.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Never tried it.
Yeah.
I
You've got to
tried
lube your own butthole
tried
first
to try it
before
but
she puts the dildo
yeah,
in.
It's yeah.
Just leave it up before she puts the
It's gonna take-
dildo in your ass.
Yeah. It's gonna take. Well,
Oh, well, you're on about the other way.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine that way. I can do that.
There is also nothing wrong with having a bumhole licked. You should experience life.
Oh God, Jesus! Stop licking where the shit comes out.
Oh no. What are you talking about? You're licking where the wee comes out. You're licking everything. It's not like
Wee is nowhere near as bad as shit. You can't get E. coli from fucking pee. You can get E. coli very easily from eating butthole.
Well, you know, we take chances, don't we?
we take.
We take chances. We do these things.
Yeah.
We have fun. We see what works.
Yeah. Yeah.
We wake up the next day sometimes with things on our stuff. Maybe it happens. Maybe your friends shout at you for telling them about
Yeah.
it in graphic detail.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Who knows? Make a note of that. That was fun.
Oh shit. Yeah, but
We
you know
get-
Luann Van Houten's dirty.
We go.
that's the takeaway.
There's a lot of other ones as well, isn't it? When you look at like, animated porn and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, who are the other ones that always pop up?
Oh, it's
What is that?
Elastigirl from Incredibles.
Oh shit! Yes,
yeah.
get the hips in it.
Elastigirl's
It's
all.
the hips.
Yeah.
It's the goddamn
Yeah,
hips.
there's something about fucking Disney MILFs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus Christ, what is that? What is it about Disney MILFs?
Yeah, in all honesty, horniness.
Have you
I
seen?
couldn't think of how to do it.
There's a whole fucking porn series of like a 3D animated aunt.
Aunt?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's one of those fucking, the step thing, whatever it is. But it's like a Pixar animated aunt.
Aunt?
Yeah, and she's specifically an aunt.
I'm imagining like, you know, a biggish woman, tall, you know.
No. She looks basically exactly like Elastigirl, but doing full blown porn shit.
I'm confused. Why is she called Aunt? I don't get this.
I
Are they just trying to get away from copyright or something?
No, I think it's
She's literally it's Elastigirl, but she calls
no,
herself.
No, it's not. She doesn't call herself Elastigirl. She just
No,
looks
no.
like her.
She is her.
No.
What? She looks exactly
She
like
looks
her.
exactly like her, basically, but it's not her.
I mean, hold on. We're talking about it is her. It's not her. It's a fucking drawing. Just remember this.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be her
Essentially,
doing dirty.
just doing full-blown porn shit. Like and like blowjobs, fucking all of it. Yeah, but it's been animated so fucking lovingly. It's so weird.
So look, oh well. Do you know what? Sometimes though, I that's what I'm saying. You need variance when it comes to your pornography.
It's true.
Like sometimes you get a bit like orgasm and you want to go like, but then
Yeah.
sometimes like you want the sensual,
But
you want the slow.
I do, but
Maybe like
I
a
don't-
girl massaging a girl.
But I also don't want I don't want the sister shit. I don't know why that's everywhere.
I know.
Every fucking. And
I
like,
ignore that in my story, in
Yeah.
my head. That's not true. It's a
yeah,
lie.
yeah, same. Like,
You have to come up with your own
there's so
stories.
much of it now that you've just got to. Sometimes I'll mute it if they won't stop talking about it. I'll just
When they're
fucking mute
talking.
it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't want to hear
no,
them
no, I
talking
don't want to hear
about
you
it.
talking about it.
Unless they got like certain accents.
Yeah.
But the certain girls, though, man, you know what I'm saying? You turn
Yeah.
on a porn and you can tell the girls that are just doing it for the paycheck.
Yeah, and
And
the
the
ones
girls
that
that
are
are
really
doing it.
enjoying it. Yeah,
Really, not even just enjoying it, but, taking pride in their job.
yeah,
This is their job.
yeah.
They're trying to do good.
Yeah.
There's certain ones that do it very well. Different people like different things. OnlyFans is a huge thing right now.
The thing for me as well, like I don't what's the kind of thing you usually aim for?
Tissue normally. What do you mean?
Fucking hell. Like when you're typing in your search bar, what's your normal searches?
I don't generally search.
No,
You
just go.
I'm
through
like
the page.
categories and stuff.
Yeah.
Usually grouping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't generally watch too much. Just one-on-one. That's a bit boring.
Yeah.
Everybody can do that.
Yeah.
And that's simple.
Yeah.
The grouping is the hard stuff.
I like people boning outdoors. That's fun.
Have you ever boned outdoors?
No.
Really?
No, never
Should
had
do
the
it.
chance. Yeah.
Not right now. It's cold. But
I've
I've done it
find
in-
the right place.
I've attempted to do it in the cold, like out, like this kind of weather.
yeah.
Literally, like New Year's, and outside trying to do it.
Yeah.
As a dirty boy,
Yeah.
dirty boy.
Dirty.
Now I have what's the word? I have reconciled with my slag side. I realise being a slag is not good, as I've said before.
Yeah.
There's always one side that's going to get not necessarily hurt, but kind of just used a bit, even if you don't realise you're doing it. It's just a bit,
Yeah.
Unless you find somebody that you can like fuck buddy with and it kind of goes like that, but it's still going to get a bit messy though,
Yeah.
just for the sake of
Humans are hardwired to get emotional about it. That's the thing.
And it's like, for example, if there's every time you do it, if if you're reminded of somebody else, and then it's like you realise you're not into that person then, because normally at those moments after you've done stuff is like the most clear you can be
Yeah.
as a dude.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You suddenly realise in that time it's like, oh damn, I'm not that into her, and I feel bad now because I realise now.
Yeah.
We're cool then.
Yeah. It's your mum.
One moment. I shall return shortly.
Yeah.
You look after.
I mean,
the
to be
pod.
fair, I probably need to get going fairly shortly.
Okay, well, I'll quickly return. And then
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
sign off.
Yeah.
Watching you.
So yeah, that's it's been a pod and a half.
I had a premonition. This pod being of all the stuff going wrong throughout the day. It was like premonitions of, oh, would it work? Would it work?
Yeah.
Like, well,
It did. It did. Oh man. What 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 a world we live in. I have to now drive a car home and hope it doesn't overheat, because it didn't overheat on the way here, but I don't know if it won't overheat again. So that's always fun. It's been a fucking wild ride. Anyway, it's gonna be. It's
we
gonna
got
be.
bogey.
You got bogey.
We got bogey.
Bogan.
In my nose.
Oh no.
It's so green.
Oh God.
And my nose blows. I need a poop. Not really. Do you too?
No.
Need to pee.
No.
I go to the toilet when I want to.
That's
And
it.
I try to poop in the lid.
No.
I like to make a cartoon with my poop, and that's how it slid.
Oh God.
I fell over and hit my nose. I fell over and hit my head. I fell over and hit my head.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot I said that. Head. I got in the head.
It's just a slow deterioration.
It's in the head. That is my musical interpretation of CTE.
That's pretty good.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the perfect way to get to the end.
Yeah. I think we'll call it there. So that has been Squishy Logic for this week, ladies and gentlemen.
As always, a very fun one. You know what we do here.
Yeah.
We have fun. We have chuckled.
We have
I like holding the mic, actually. I'm going to do this more.
Pretty good, yeah.
I like it. I feel a bit more free.
Yeah.
This is good. This is cool.
It's helped my neck a bit.
I think soon we'll be doing as well a podcast with Say as well.
Yeah.
It's up to you as well, by the way, if you want to do the podcast with Dave as well. I don't know how we'll feel with
Depends
that.
if I can make it. As
Yeah.
well, you know, so. And plus, I
Um,
don't know if I can hold my swears in.
I think I can.
Yeah, I'm
Just from having kids, I'm a bit.
I'd struggle.
I don't know. I'll have to listen back to see how much, like on this one, for example, how much I swear, because I don't really think about it that much.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let's just try again. Nobody's perfect.
No.
Now that I know his kind of thing, that's cool. Everyone's. It's cool knowing that, like, he's more of a conservative person, but then he lets people be free and be what they want on stage. Doesn't, like, put all these restraints on them. Doesn't listen to all the bullshit. I have a lot of respect for Dave.
Yeah.
Dave Francis.
Yeah.
I generally think that he is like the lifeblood keeping the comedy, the Midlands comedy scene together.
Basically.
Keeping any without
the
him,
one-
there wouldn't be.
He's the constant.
He's the constant.
Yeah,
He's the hub.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't think he gets enough love for that.
No.
That's one thing I really want to tell him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a few fun things coming up. We're going to do some more sketches too, or
Yeah.
do some. We haven't done
Well,
any
we
yet.
can do
But
some stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit.
Yeah.
We're starting to must like have a time like where have like a day where we can do like a podcast to begin or like a sketch to beginning of the day,
Yeah.
do some stuff and then do a podcast after.
Yeah.
That'd be
That'd be a good idea.
All right then. Anything else you want to kick in there?
No, that's it for now.
One thing I did want to point out that I forgot to the whole time. It's 3 degrees outside, very cold.
Yeah.
This boy is wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Although you wouldn't think it because of how much hair is on his legs.
Yeah. I like having hairy legs.
There's you with nothing there, and I've got 2 layers under
I
mine.
got hairy legs. The girl in the sun.
Daddy, can I get a pardon? I want more crack.
Yeah, of course you can, son. I like asshole too.
Ah, God, good. Thank you, Dad. I like it. 2014. Started from there. We did some stuff in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
10
know.
years, man. I need 10 years
I
pardon.
don't know what that number means, but you got it.
Daddy. Let's sign up. That's some squishy logic right there for Mr. Bad and my daddy. Give me the crack, minute.
Always be logical.
And always be squishy. Stop being butt munchers. Just get squishy with us.
Always be logical.
Wagwan.
Did I say it?